We're back, I think. Hello? Hey, you didn't miss much. We were gone for only a few seconds. Live for 50 minutes and 51 minutes now. Still. So I guess we'll carry on, my wayward son. Okay. What happens next is there's a flash of lightning. Very loud and very close, shockingly close. And there is a moment of, you hear metal clanging on metal, and you hear a loud creaking sound like wood snapping and buckling, and you hear a tremendous pounding sound as the rocks below you shake the walls. And you'll kind of you brace yourselves for a moment. You don't fall down, there's no strength checks or anything like that, but dude, there's a noticeable vibration that runs through the stone. And above you, you just kind of see for a moment, very, very far away, this direction, that way, you see for a moment with that flash of lightning, this tall, to maybe 60-foot tall, 55, 50, 60-foot tall tower that's right in front of the walls, illuminated by the flash of lightning. And then it just fades away, and there's just fog again for a moment. And then you hear another few screeching sounds again, and you see some figure moving in the fog up to the north of you, up ahead, out over the open air. And then there is a thud as this tremendous looking figure, bent with, they have digitigrade legs and knees. They are standing at least 7 feet tall. If they stood up straight, they might be 9 feet tall. And they have long muscular arms, and they're wearing a very bronzy colored armor, but they're very sparsely decorated. Underneath is very dark gray skin and patches of scales here or there, and you can barely make out very small, very dark eyes from the inside of this helmet that they're wearing. They look very analogous to our concept of Spartans. They have that bronze kind of helmet on for what shaped for their head, their longish head with a long neck, very craned out, and they have a plume off the back of it with just bright red horsehair fur or some other kind of material. And in their right hand, they have this long, pointed katar-like sword that they kind of just are bearing towards you, and they just look at you, and they roar. And those of you who have rated action are going to, I assume, light him the fuck up.
Where is he?
I'm about to drag him out onto the map now.
Okay. Yo, do I not get the prep turn? You ate my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got your prep turn.
Okay,
sorry, the stream ate your prep turn, and when we got back, I forgot about it.
Oh, that's a Qatar. He has a push dagger?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't know what guitars are?
No, I know what a push dagger is.
I'm afraid I have to use You have to use your imaginations for some of the images that we see.
What?
So, we all ready action, so...
Brookhill, do you ready to whatever action you wanted to have ready?
What did Cat do before this happened?
Yeah.
Brookhill, well, yeah, no, she ties up her hair, but actually, I cast Armor of Agathis because
Okay, so that was your action. You did not already act. Just good to know.
No,
so the water hits down on your shoulders and it instantly freezes, and it's slowly building up this this thin veneer of ice.
The little splashes of droplets just kind of stay there.
Frozen in their small splash-like state. It's sick as hell. Okay, so everybody who ready in action. Valerie just goes, huh, boom, and you hear the nut rolling in the crossbow as it hits 10 piercing damage. Okay.
As soon as the Dragonborn, I'm assuming, right? Or is it the race, the bird, whatever the enemy is?
It looks like the thing that fought you last night.
Okay. As soon as that the enemy kind of landed on the ground, ready to do whatever, Gareth was kind of already moved in front, and then kind of just did a sweeping cut with the greatsword, kind of down to up, kind of across the chest, and I'm rolling.
Sure. You just get one attack because you've. Oh my god! Who are you, and what have you done with Garrett's character sheet? Yeah, you just get the one attack because the first hit, you just swing up the Delian greatsword and just boom.
So wait.
Azarine also has a readied action. Fucking, this thing's gonna die.
This thing's done.
Mm-hmm.
This is the night of
Another
extra D6, baby.
This is the night of the night of blending 2. We've moved on from kobolds to dragonborn.
The upgrades.
It's also not prone.
Yeah. It's knocked prone, all right. it's knocked prone into an early grave.
Why
Add
is
up
that
the
a
damage.
natural 6 too?
Yeah, roll. What's the
fuck?
whole damage on that?
23, 33 damage before Valerie or Azreen even does anything. 33 damage.
So it's
33 damage that you have. How much damage have you? I've already added Valerie's damage. What's your damage?
Oh, I have done 23.
23. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good to
Azarine
know.
hits both times.
It does not get killed. Well, she only gets one attack, but it is knocked prone, first of all. Garrett,
Wait a second.
boom, swings through the air.
Is when I get a crit, doesn't it? I roll the damage twice or no? No.
Well, it already did it for you.
Yeah, that's what the plus was.
The macro already did it for you.
20 is annoyingly
plus
streamlined.
3. Oh god, that's. Actually, hey,
No, that's-
I get a re-roll part of that because a great.
Oh, yep. Okay, keep going. Keep
No, I
going.
get to roll another d6 instead of that one.
All right, replace the one,
just
but you're gonna have to
gonna-
remath this yourself then.
Another
Jesus
6.
fuck.
Okay.
So,
I'm just gonna
eight
open up a
damage.
book.
You
I'm
open
just
up
gonna start reading.
28 damage total.
28
Are you
damage.
hacking?
Brugel's filing her nails. Actually, like you don't need
Hack?
her.
Roll 20?
Are you hacking roll 20, bro? Okay, let's see here. That's 38 points of damage. I need to check something. I need to check something real quick that I didn't think I need to check so soon. Give me a moment. One moment, please. One
Need
moment,
to check if
please.
he's dead or not.
I do need to check if he's dead or not. I didn't think that it would be so soon. Let me check. I honestly, he is. Oh no, he is alive, but he's there's this huge ringing sound as the greatsword cuts through the air, and
I did a fucking launcher, like he's in the air.
yeah,
ready for fucking Azreen to
he
throw
has
the
been
shotgun.
just ripped away. He got shot with an arrow, and that like stopped his assault, and then just boom, this sword just smashes into him, and sends him reeling. He is knocked prone. There is no saving throw. He is knocked prone. He is not one size up to bigger than you. He's the same. He's a medium-sized creature, even though he's tremendous, but he's a medium-sized creature. And he is knocked prone, and he is just got a huge gaping gash, and he is on death's door. And
right.
Azarine gets to make her action as well.
Azarine, just put him out of his misery.
Azarine, you readied an
Do
action,
some-
so
do
you have
some
your
skeet
attack.
shooting
Yeah,
as
I
soon as
did.
I do some skeet shooting as soon as I pop him up.
Boom.
Okay, that does hit. Roll a attack, please. And he is killed. And then the chakram
She just goes, this isn't nearly as exciting. Phew.
stabs right into his neck, just cuts into it, and purple blood is just oozing down the bronze armor and down its skin. It just collapses down onto itself in a puddle of quickly diluting blood on the ramparts.
Well,
Nice job, guys.
that
And
was
like Gareth, like already like kind of
really
has like, a
efficient.
lower stance, like ready for like another one. Even if it like doesn't pop out, like I'm just gonna assume it does any more like kind of jump us at this moment.
Let's see at this moment. Let me figure out the initiative order. 1, 2, 3. Technically, it was its turn, and it caught up here as its turn, and then everyone who did the ready action did the ready action. Let's see here. So after
then
it
it got
goes
murderized.
is Azarine.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Because now we're resuming Wait,
no. If we're doing order, then wouldn't we go back to the top of the order?
No, because there was
Everyone took a turn to ready an action, and then that guy showed up.
they were doing actions that you just couldn't see. If that makes any they were still
Okay.
taking. This is where its turn begins.
Also, you
You were
don't
beginning
normally expect to murder the guy with the ready action.
Yeah, there's a lot of ready actions. There's a lot of shenanigans going on here, but its turn is over having climbed the tower, and then its initiative was one above Azarine, so its turn is done. Azarine is next. I'm just putting all my faith in the initiative order. So it is Azarine's turn.
I guess I'm just gonna move up and just hold my chakrams until someone gets in range. Again.
Sure, if that's what you want to do. There's nothing immediately. Well, okay. And now we're moving down next in the order. And so you up ahead, around the corner, you immediately hear loud voices and yelling and the clanging of metal on metal. A battle is unfolding elsewhere on the Citadel during the fog, during the rain. Up ahead, you hear a clanging as well. Just in the fog, actually, at the ramparts up ahead, you feel like you could possibly hear some battle happening. Does this affect your decision?
No.
Okay. That is fine. And that is the end of Azarine's turn. You actually would see as something else happens. Out of the fog comes another Dragonborn that seems just like... You're not sure how they're getting here. There's a roll of thunder and a flash of lightning. And from out of the fog comes leaping another Dragonborn. Up ahead.
He's not within range, so nothing is triggered.
Okay.
Sorry.
And he looks to his right, seemingly expecting like a compatriot who's just dead, and instead he just like can barely make out the bare like silhouette of just Gareth instead. And he is going to move this way.
Oh man, someone left their fridge here.
And he is going to make an attack action against Gareth.
Gareth, Azarine makes her action.
Oh, he's within range of me now?
He moves in within range.
Alright.
Oh, that means I'll get an attack of opportunity too.
Boom.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
no, you're
God.
Right.
Okay, goodbye. Catch you later, buddy.
6.
Okay, yeah, he takes 6 points
damage.
6 points of slashing damage as he
I
just
don't
throws the
use-
chakrams.
I don't do the second one, do I?
No, because you're just saving an action. You're banking one action, and the second one is your bonus action, which you don't get here. And you're using your reaction as well to do this. So, for example, if he ran past Gareth somehow, Gareth would not be able to make an attack of opportunity because the stored action was his reaction as well. But that's not going to matter here because he's just staying right here, and he's going to attack Gareth. Actually, no, he doesn't. Never mind. He uses his action to get up here, so he's going to attack Gareth. But we're not rolling dice right now. Umber, it is your turn. However, didn't you also bank an action for the sake of
I readied an action.
Yeah, so now the ready to action. I hate ready to actions, but I think we're doing so good so far. So your ready to action goes off, and then it will be your turn. Spoiler alert.
Does it hit?
Sorry, I didn't realize you rolled. Yep, that hits.
Welcome. How you have to deal with fog of war
So that-
masquerade.
That hits too because it took damage from Azarian.
Okay.
And then I roll 1d8. So
Jesus Christ.
The hardest part is pretending I don't know information while controlling the enemies. To be honest with you,
13 damage.
there's 13 points of damage,
And then I
I-
take my turn.
and now
I
you
can't
well.
wait
Let me
to
add the
miss
damage first.
on my turn and miss
that's
and
right.
break the whole cool streak.
By the way, if
of
anybody's watching the stream and worried about spoilers, like you can see the map, but enemies are not placed on the map. I know where they're supposed to be, but they're not placed on the map until you guys
Oh,
are
I
supposed
forgot
to be
to
there.
pull up your stream.
Yeah, so you guys
So I
can't
can
be
see
you
it?
can't be spoiler.
Oh, I have it. I have it just like
Am I hosting?
minimized, so I can just get a notification when it cuts out. Like I'm
Sure.
not trying to look at anything.
I appreciate.
You're not being hosted right now, which is weird. I don't know. Maybe it'll automatically do that. I'm not sure.
All right, well it is your turn, Umber. Yeah, you fight. You'll release
Oh,
the
that's
arrow,
hosting
and then it's
it.
immediately your turn again.
Yeah.
And this will become unconfusing after we get out of initiative.
Okay. So I could just do a regular attack.
Yeah, now it's just a regular. I mean, whatever you. It's your normal. It's your normal turn. This is the beginning of your normal turn. Completely ignoring the fact that you just made an attack.
Alright, it's 11.
It does not hit.
Okay.
Boom, you hit him, but it scrapes off his armor. They're armored creatures. These Dragonborn.
Okay, and then... Yeah, that's it. That's it. Closet Scratch is gonna stay there. He's not gonna move.
Sure.
Are you gonna move Umber at all, or are you gonna stay in this?
No,
kind
I'm
of
I'm
vantage?
pretty happy here. This is
She's
a good advantage for me.
literally they cannot get her, and she can only get them. So it's a good world she's living in right now.
Mhm.
Something happens off screen, as
Why
if
would you tell
somebody
us
is
that?
supposed to go because you hear commotion. As well, things are going on. Perhaps there's somebody or many somebodies who rolled a higher initiative than Brookild, and I just didn't want anybody to be. I don't want anybody to be surprised if someone's like, "Well, shouldn't Brookild go next?" And it's like, "Well, no, because there's initiative happening elsewhere. They're just not. You're not privy to it yet. But we'll see what happens. So now it is Brookild's turn after something happens elsewhere.
Well, anyway.
Hello.
I started blasting. No, I'm gonna toll
Yeah.
missing HP.
Ooh, Toll the Dead.
Ooh,
sexy.
Toll the Dead. Okay.
Toll of the Dead.
Wisdom, huh?
13.
He fails. He rolls an 8.
That's
Take 9 damage.
Okay, takes
Yeah.
9 damage.
necrotic damage.
All right, he is racked by ruin. He is filled with negative emotions. You inflict him with depression and anxiety. But you told the dead. A dark necrotic energy boom, rips through the air, and he is hurt badly by it. He screeches in his otherworldly tongue. Nobody knows Draconic, right? I think we've already settled this before, but that was just Gareth before.
Yeah. Well, no, you only asked me because they never find me.
No, I don't think anyone.
Anybody know Draconic? Anybody know Draconic?
I got it. Claws that scratch does.
Claws that scratch.
Scratch.
Yeah, but the only problem is that Claws that scratch doesn't speak common, so there's no way.
There's a translation. You're right.
Clawson, he knows everything about this.
Claws that scratch knows.
Oh, he knows. He looks aghast right now. Let's see here. That was Umber.
Jesus.
And that was Brewkilled. And now we are at some. Nope. Nobody rolled lower. Nobody rolled lower than Brewkilled. Believe it or not. It is Gareth's turn.
Kill him.
I can don't worry. I roll so consistently shit that I can wholeheartedly believe that nobody rolled worse than I did.
Yeah, the enemies in this encounter have relatively high dexterity. They're strong warriors.
I'm thinking. Gareth kind of hears the commotion up ahead, and he kind of like, we're gonna have to push up forward. Let's take care of this one, and then we need to get moving. And he is going to cycle around to right here, and then do big swingy.
All right, you do big swingy. You do big city. You do swingy. Do good. Good. It hits.
Do good.
Yeah, do good.
Die great.
Die's great.
13 damage.
Okay. Is this the end of your attacking phase? For fighters, I usually just say like, when you're done, and add it all up for me.
Kill him.
Get your.
No, don't waste a turn.
Okay, I won't waste a turn. I won't waste the resources.
So
Alright, that's the end of my turn. 13 damage.
This is a siege. It's gonna take a while.
You cut off his arm and he dies.
Oh shit! Wait.
He has taken well over 40 points of damage, and he drops dead. You cleave into him, and he has the guitar out, and he parries the blow, and you just power through, and it just cuts into his arm, and just slices it right off, and he just kind of spins around, and then just slowly drops to his knees and falls. Actually, he just falls right off the rampart.
Well, I'm proud of him.
He just like folds back right off, falls down right off.
Can I get the guitar? Can I get the guitar before he drops?
It probably would be smarter to just take the one from the other guy.
Fair enough.
So, up to you.
It's
I was waiting to be like, you would like to use that Umber. A weapon like that.
Umber's gonna walk up. Wait, can I walk up?
We are not out of initiative, I'm afraid.
Okay.
You can talk freely, but
reaction, so.
Yeah.
Throw it to me.
It is still Gareth's turn. You could actually do that.
Bonus action?
You can interact with an object for free on your turn. Picking up and throwing something is stretching it, but since you're not under duress, if you were in combat, I'd probably say no.
What's the difference between that and a short sword?
You're just tossing it to a teammate, really.
It looks cooler.
It looks cooler, but it does slashing damage instead of piercing damage.
Nice. So I'm gonna change it to pierce.
Well, you mean it does piercing instead of slash?
No, a short sword does piercing damage.
Oh, it
what?
does. Then wait, why would a guitar dagger do slashing?
I thought guitars are push daggers.
Yeah, it's literally a punch. It's literally a punch dagger.
Well, this one, not this one. A very, very broad blade. Very broad.
Are you thinking scimitar?
No, I'm thinking of what I'm thinking of.
All right, give it to me. I don't care.
Yeah, no, he's gonna grab it and toss it over.
It's just the slashing damage.
I don't know how to spell guitar, but
it's a stabby weapon, but it's such a broad blade that
K-A-T-A-R?
It does draw cuts and push cuts as opposed to.
Yes, that's how you.
Thank you.
Yeah, K-A-T-A-R.
Okay, I have.
Also, I don't want just another. I don't want a mechanically identical short sword. I want to be different.
Yeah, no, but I feel like the opposite would be more. Sensible.
I would do that if it weren't for the fact that just a short sword does piercing damage. So Wizards of the Coast fucked me, but it's Also, the Dragonborn was slashing with it, and it's very heavy.
True.
So, it is what it is.
All right. How much movement do I have if I can move any further?
I don't know. I mean, you moved
I moved
1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, and then you moved 20, 25 back, so you have 5 more feet. I believe. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of Gareth's turn. Some more commotion happens up ahead through the fog as the battle continues. AKA, there's someone who goes after Gareth that isn't in your party. Now it is Valerie's turn. Someone's crackling a little bit. Watch out.
To the inside of the wall and ready a crossbow action again because I feel like we're not done yet.
Yep.
Sure.
That's how you beat Fog of War.
Okay, it is Valerie. Valerie, remember that you've rated an action because I will forget. You hear more commotion up ahead, but no more enemies come vaulting in at this moment. It is now Azarine's turn.
Gonna join Gareth up here.
Okay.
Hey, my dude, what's up?
You pull your chakram out of the thing's face as you walk by.
We are at war. That is what is currently up.
Something happens up ahead. You hear a loud and now attack! And there's boom, a flash of blue that happens in the fog up ahead. And then nothing fades. Nothing else seems to happen.
Was that voice that one fucking dwarf man I wrestled with?
No, it sounds like a new voice.
Uh-oh.
Voice you never heard before.
Never heard before.
So it's
Okay.
not Euripides.
Also, it appears they're using magic.
Yeah, there's a boom blue glow off in the distance.
That's fine. That's
let's
normal.
make a post haste.
It is Umber's turn.
Cool. I ready in action.
You want to move, sis?
Bye, guys.
Not
She's gonna
really,
she's
but I
gonna
guess
stay
I
here.
could.
Listen, the fighting
You
is.
move right beside me to the inside of the wall, just so you're slightly closer.
Let's see. I've written down all the enemies. We'll see what happens.
Because don't forget, you can only see
Let's see about 30 feet.
this far. Now, yeah, see that's better.
That's a pretty good angle.
Well, my crossbow shoots to 80, so I'm not really worried about it.
And Colossus Crouch can just fly, so he's completely independent of the labyrinthian. He comes streaking overhead. Get fucking Colossus Crouch just
fucking swings at him.
He's punching through the air.
He is punching through the air. He is punching down. He's punching the earth down.
Falcon punch.
Umber, at the end of
Not
your
ready in action.
Okay, at the end of your turn, you hear you see vaguely through there's movement up ahead in the fog, but it's not close enough for you to really see. If in theory you could be like, I want to try and use my reaction to try and shoot anyway. It's disadvantage, and you'd have to pick a square and hope that you're right. But you see movement up ahead, just beyond your range of vision.
What do you mean? Do you mean here? On the bridge or on the ground?
On the bridge up above.
Mm-hmm.
You see movement kind of running back and forth up here. Not that fast, but around there, kind of in and out. There's movements of darkness. You can tell there's some kind of foreign body moving up ahead. So it's up to you if you want to try and take the shot.
Whoops. Hold on. How do I delete? How do I?
You have to highlight it and you have to hit
Okay,
it.
hold on. Wait.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you did.
20. 25, 30. What's he see?
You are not a warlock, so there's no way that you can see through his eyes.
No, I know, but would he see stuff there?
Not that you would know.
Not that you would know. He seems to be reacting to bodies. He seems to see people. His attention seems to be focused over on this area. So there's definitely something worthwhile looking at.
So if I were I'm trying to use some real flavorful shit here. I'm a hunter. I'm looking at my bird. My bird's looking at something. When animals look at stuff, they tend to follow it with their eyes. If I were to look at his eyes and see where he's looking, around what area would he be looking at something in?
Over here, these 9 squares.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, bitch, I'm taking the shot.
Okay, pick a square. Pick a square within that 9.
You can shield our allies if you do
Square,
that. Umber.
Pick a square.
Yeah,
in
that could
there.
be our allies.
We have
Umber.
friends here.
Do we?
Yes.
Yes.
They wouldn't be fighting if our allies weren't there. If they're obviously fighting something.
You're gonna shoot Oofbert.
I should.
You're gonna shoot
I'll
Oliver.
I'll let them live further.
You pin Oliver to a
Let them
wall.
live for now.
All right, sure.
But the next time they do that.
Okay. It is the end of Umber's turn. There's something commotion that happens up ahead. Once again, there's a clanging of blades. Ping, tong. And now it is Brookfield's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my tiny, slow little dwarf ass back with the group.
Okay.
And I'm
Take the
gonna no.
Umber's really just angling. Just take the
I'm
shot.
gonna.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna cast. No, I'm gonna ready. I'm gonna ready Eldritch Blast. I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds great to me, in fact. If you see a target, you will Eldritch Blast.
Does it have? Okay, so it has to be. Like I don't care about the range of my spell. I can see 30 feet. Is that the thing? Because of the fog of war?
Yeah, you can see about 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Because Eldritch Blast is 120, so like.
I know. I'm sorry. Like I said, you could take shots. You could just be like,
Yeah,
I'm just shoot there, and just whatever happens happens. So your Eldritch Blast is mechanically nothing's changed about your Eldritch Blast. It's just you're just picking a square and praying, and I'll just be like, draw a line. I'm just gonna be like, draw a line from your character across, and we'll see if there's anybody on that fucking line, and roll attack and roll damage, and we'll see. So yeah, so there's nothing really stopping you other than that. If you pay for like advanced features on Roll20, you actually have like literal fog of war where you can actually reveal the map, but then like stuff is hidden within it, except like 30 feet around your character. It's really cool, but I'm very cheap and poor.
Valid.
So, it is Gareth's turn.
Well, commotion.
Gareth and Brooke will go back to back for now, until new contenders add into the fight. And remember, you do have to watch out for like corners and stuff. I don't think it really matters because non-Euclidean plane. But no hypotenuses don't exist in D&D land.
what the fuck is geometry? I'll fucking kill you. Yeah. So Gareth is quite literally just gonna go like 20 feet, kind of at this kind of opening, and see what he can see.
Okay, move your character up there.
Absolutely not a care in the world. What's self-preservation? Never heard about it.
All right. Can you just draw? Can you get your ruler out and just like measure out like 30 feet for me real quick? Just like in a line. Yeah, perfect.
30 feet.
Awesome. Up ahead, 30 feet. There we go. Hold on one second. Let me get you 30 feet. You're seeing like one of the large. This is like the larger, like the mainstay corner, the northwest corner of the citadel, of the castle, and you're looking at it, and it goes off down. It goes to the right as well. That way, you can actually see like some of the wall that is the central citadel that goes a little bit higher, like goes up to 90 feet. Crazy! Whoa, 90 feet tall. Modern day engineering kind of dwarfs the ancient ways.
So wait a second. You said within these 9.
I am unveiling the map. You gotta listen.
Okay.
Remember, because you guys are watching the stream potentially, I am not putting enemies on the board where they are until you are there.
Okay.
So I am now. What you would do is you go up there and you see people
fighting. So where any flame knights are.
Fucking patience.
Just slow your roll.
I am an impatient.
Slow your roll.
I could have hit the right person.
Who the fuck?
Roll. Slow your fucking roll. You don't know who that is.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
This is what you see. You see this figure, this guy, he's wearing a long brown coat with like he's wearing a long white coat with brown highlights on it, just like embroidery here and there, and some like gold like around the collar. And he has on his arm, he has some kind of like, it looks like a blade, like some kind of blade that's sticking down across his forearm, and it has these glowing runes across its surface. And they are just glowing this light green. And in front of him is this small like half dragon, half dragonfly, fairy like a thing, some dragonoid. It's about 4 feet long from tip to tail, but it's not substantially strong meat wise. But it does have blood on its face, like it's just been biting into somebody. And you do see a dead flame knight on the ground, as well as a living flame knight who is going toe to toe with this dragon. But he is unfortunately outnumbered from what you can tell. You can just barely make out just on the corner a little bit of. You can see the toes of there's somebody out there. You can't quite see that far, but it's fog, it's wiggly wobbly, so you can see just barely. There's another figure out there that is also moving.
Wow.
Yeah, and behind them is actually a small, the outline of some kind of structure up against the wall, smaller than what Azreen was describing, but there is some kind of structure behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you see.
I see.
Your turn is not technically over because you moved 25 feet, but you can't. No takesy backsies.
Right.
Well, actually, you could. It'd just be a waste of movement.
Yeah. Are you question about your fog of war? How you do fog of war?
Mm-hmm.
In some instances, I know that with fog of war, you can only take actions on things that you can see before you move. Or you can take actions on things you can see after you move.
I suppose
what
this
are you
is.
Gonna allow me to do?
I think the only thing would be possible gaming by saying like I run 15 feet forward to see more, and then I run 15 feet back, and then I use my bow to like attack whatever I think I saw.
No. I mean, I'm here.
Okay.
Can I attack? Like, and let's say I ran the 25 and I stopped, and there was a dude like right here, or even right here, but
because you didn't see him on the beginning of your turn, you're not allowed to attack him.
To attack them.
I think in the spirit of D&D, you can more than happily attack him because the Gareth is running in. Gareth sees him coming. Gareth was like, oh, there's a guy, and like for like in 30 feet. If the fog of war was so short, let's play realism games. What's Gareth's reaction time, right? If it's so thick you can't even see past your nose and like, whoa, there's an enemy. I literally bumped into him. I would say like, oh, maybe your reaction time's not fast enough. But like you can see 30 feet. There was 30 feet of you running where you saw
Right.
these
No,
people.
I'm assuming that if I run into someone's reaction range and they hit me with something, in my movement is what I'm assuming.
That does not happen in D&D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
you're
sure
right.
there's a game system out there that does that, and I'm sure it'd be a ton of fun to play. That sounds very interesting. But this is in St. Joan. I'm just trying to play by the rule of the book, and the rule of the book is no, you're not stopped unless they have a feature. Sentinel is like if you hit somebody with your attack of opportunity or a reaction thing. Like if you hit them, they are stopped, and you will possibly meet people who can do that to you. However, nobody's even attacked you yet.
Yep. Okay. So tell me about the lizard man that's fighting the flame knight right now. How bloody is he?
Not very at all. He's winning.
Oh no.
He looks very strong. The lizard men are they're 9 feet tall, and this flame person is like 5'10", and they have like a claymore. They have like a two-handed sword, like a long sword, and they're going toe to toe. But he is clearly the losing party of the two. But hey, maybe he'll crit on his next check or whatever. When I'm handling NPCs, I roll 2 dice together. Sorry. You pull out your crossbow and go past it. Ping! It pings off the stone. That's kind of noticeable. You don't have a second attack or anything yet, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
Not unless I use action surge.
Okay. It's up to you, but I think your turn is over for now.
Yep, but I have made my presence clear.
Sure. This figure looks at you over here in the white coat and kind of like sitting. Now that they've seen you and they notice you, and they just go, "Ha! Another contender! Something for competition to sweep up at the end." And he just kind of looks at you and just goes, "Attack my fairy!" And this will fly forward, and it's his turn, and it is going to attack you. Please tell me your AC after I roll this. I don't. Oh, actually, you don't have to tell me anything really.
What the fuck?
Oh, Afro Man is evil?
I assume.
He's got an afro.
You know what they say about that?
Meet it to beat it. Is that it?
Fuck.
Okay. You only take 1d4 points of piercing damage.
I don't trust that.
Roll a
wait,
Constitution saving
can
throw.
I do-
It's a fairy dragon. Calm down.
Oh, I thought that was the damage roll for a second. I'm like, okay.
Just 3, but I'm probably gonna get poisoned or some shit.
It
Why would
bites
why
hard
only-
into your.
Why is it only 1d4? I don't trust that. Anyways, that sucks. I'm mad. I was like, I have an 18. It's not gonna hit me, and it fucking gets me.
I'm sorry. Hey, listen, I rolled it in front of you. You know.
Yeah, I know. Good.
But yeah, okay. So do you take the damage? Do you take the roll?
Yeah, I take damage.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I do it. But this I got. Fuck.
Gareth crumples and he is paralyzed for the moment. Gareth, at the beginning of each of your turn, you may make another Constitution saving throw, and if you win the DC, you're back up. But for right now, you are just like you just feel the searing pain.
Or am I unconscious? Like
You're
am I-
conscious.
No,
You're
you're
paralyzed.
paralyzed.
You're paralyzed right now. Yeah.
Angry.
And paralyzed creatures are if somebody comes up to you and attacks you with a melee weapon, they have advantage. So you're paralyzed, and I believe that they also are guaranteed crits if they hit.
Yes.
So
It's
that's
like
something to
when
remember.
Well, no.
you're
It's unconscious. I think is.
Unconscious.
Yeah.
5e paralyzed. I'll look it up while it is Valerie's
It doesn't change because you
Oh,
if you still can't move when you're paralyzed, so it's the same thing. Functionally, when I'm stabbing someone, whether they're paralyzed or unconscious makes no difference.
Creatures automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls have advantage. The attack hits the creature. It is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Okay.
so can I see all these guys now?
No, actually. I mean, you know they're present because you know Gareth is making attacks at people and stuff like that. If you want to attack them beyond 30 feet, then it's going to be at disadvantage because that's out of your range and you can't see them. I'll get. This is not a perfect system for Fog of War. I'm doing the best I can. But if somebody is up there scouting ahead, Gareth was like, oh, I saw a few people. And so there's fighting happening up there. These things. But if you want to try and attack them from here, you're going to be at disadvantage because it's outside of 30
I'm going to
30
move
feet.
up here then.
Okay. And now you see them happily. Maybe.
And you see Gareth on the floor.
Gareth is crumpled. He's not on the floor. He's like on one knee though. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and make him look heroic.
Okay, good.
Also, I have to make an attack with something like 30 feet of.
Yeah, I mean beyond that is disadvantage.
I think you should kill the fairy dragon that can paralyze people. But that's just my non-professional opinion.
That's metagaming and it's not allowed.
Dude.
Considering I see Gareth probably acting a little funny, twitching around.
I'm literally like on one knee, like
he's in great pain. His great sword hands are just kind of like quivering. It's like he's pulling his muscles, but like all of his muscles are tensing at the same time. So it's like no progress is being made up or down.
Considering I'm in a state where I literally don't even need two level 3 spells because I only have one, I'll just Cloud of Daggers at 2nd level the thing in front of Gareth.
Sure. Make it happen. Also, Gareth might save at the beginning of his turn, and nothing will have happened. He will have lost nothing. So we'll find out.
If Lizard gets bored of Ombre.
Okay, he takes 14 points of damage. You ignite him with he's swinging down his own sword. This one is actually using a two-handed sword. Just so you know, the Dragonborn are armed with different things.
No.
I'm attacking the fairy.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so the fairy takes 14 points of damage, and then the Flame Knight just gets hit with that attack that I was just describing, I guess. and then he swings down and he is brutalizing the Flame Knight. Oh, by the way, the fairy takes 14 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Is that a disadvantage of some sort?
No, just checking. Just
automatic. There's no disadvantage or anything.
Yeah. I was just wondering if it's like, you don't know. Is at the end of Valerie's turn?
But it's it is magic though.
Yes. Because I can't do anything after that.
It disappears into a blue mist, like blowing away chalk from like a chalkboard. Just like
kill it?
Every cut that goes through it just it's like separates it out into particles, really. It doesn't bleed or anything.
I believe I attacked a familiar.
I'm delete it proper actually because it doesn't leave a body behind. It just fades away essentially. 17 points.
Garrett kind of is trying to he's still paralyzed, so he's trying to kind of right himself, but he could barely kind of eke out kind of just thanks.
he gives the
Valerie
look of
just
thanks.
Half cocked smiles at him and pats him on the shoulder.
Through paralysis, you can only say words if they're not useful to the situation. is the rule. But yeah, Valerie's turn ends. It's the Dragonborn's turn, and I like to settle my NPC fights in a very clear-cut way.
Flame Knight dies.
Yo, I love Risk. I love that board game.
Ooh, the Flame Knight parries the blow and delivers a decisive riposte to the Dragonborn himself. Incredible. He's holding his own for now, or she, who knows? But yeah, they are fighting, and they are holding on for dear life right now. It is Azrian's turn.
Zipping up.
I love the non-Euclidean plane that is D&D.
And then, whoops. Dragged myself by accident.
Just the corner of a wall. They can hop that.
This guy's the hostile guy, right?
Yes.
And
you see there's a dead Flame Knight on the ground. Their sword kind of sticking out of the ground.
Oh. She goes. Oh wait, no.
I'm so happy to be a warlock.
Which one should I hit?
That Afro man summoned a familiar, to be honest, so I feel like he's a problem.
Yeah, but also getting rid of the ads makes it easier.
Exactly, I would say get rid of the ad.
Alright. Also, I think he'd be
Such a
pretty
tiny picture.
good at wisdom stuff. So I'm gonna just scream at the top of my lungs.
Wisdom
And
save
he has-
15.
This guy has to make a wisdom saving throw. Not Afro.
He fails by 1 point.
All right, and he
14.
takes 8 psychic,
Okay, takes 8 psychic damage.
which is double 4s, and he also has disadvantage on his next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay, here, I'm gonna give them a color real quick just so that we can establish which ones are which.
Green.
Green. Okay, that's the end of Azrian's
It's
turn.
funny because the dot ends up on their face.
I know, that's fine. Actually, their plumes are that color. The one has the green plumes, and the one has orange plumes. Yeah, it's crazy. This one's gonna move forward. He senses a problem happening, so he's gonna take a few steps forward, and then he sees Azra, and he goes, "Oh!" and he kind of barks some kind of draconic tongue, and he sees the giant mass of flying daggers, and he.
Yeah, for a second, I thought he was going to walk in there.
No, absolutely not.
I was hoping.
He is a sentient creature that has an intelligence that's not 2. So he goes, he just goes, okay, no, and he's gonna stop there.
If someone can grab this guy and just kind of push him in,
Yeah, you can try and shove as an action or a grapple.
Oh my
as an
God,
action.
Good, actually.
combo.
we got another 8 more rounds until it disappears. You can attempt.
I
It's
need to
also
get
level 2.
the Eldritch Blast push invocation. That way we can combo Eldritch Blast and Cloud of Dagger.
Yeah, you can do that.
I could combo with my
What's your AC?
not that 16.
Damn, he swings through the air and you narrowly dodge underneath it. That's
Just very gracefully like pirouette out of the way.
okay. That's his. Yeah, that's it for him. This lowly soldier, he swings through the air with his sword and he just misses. It's very unfortunate. He cries. It is Umber's turn.
He cries.
Yikes,
Umber,
okay.
Umber, yeah, real far back. Real far back. The nature of turn-based kind of makes it seem a little bit more extreme in the distances.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Umber,
I'm gonna hit him.
You can hit him, yeah. And in this game, I don't really care about line of sight as long as you don't crit fail.
Garrett's crouched over. You can hit him.
Yeah, as long as you do.
he's on the ground.
If you roll a 1 and there's blatantly someone in front of you, then they're gonna get fucked. But yeah,
Hey.
you shear off part of Gareth's hair as it goes between the space between the point of his ear and his scalp, and goes
15 damage.
right into the chest of this figure.
18
And
damage.
it takes 18
18
points
damage.
of damage. Wow, that guy went from
Wait,
not
has
hurt
has
to
it taken damage?
Yeah.
no, it hasn't. That one's not
Oh, it
hurt
hasn't?
yet. I'm afraid. Sorry.
Oh, I thought
Who's this guy?
Valerie damaged it.
No, that's
I mean,
this
not
other
But
guy.
I do plan, if
Azuri.
no one else does, I do plan to toss him everything.
Sorry,
All right,
Amber.
well, 15.
15. That's pretty good still. That's still really fucking good. There's an arrow just like sticking right out of his pectoral in between the plates. Umber. Okay. There is some other commotion that happens off screen. It is the fight between the knight and the dragonborn. Once again, it is the knight's turn, quote unquote.
He'll
So-
succeed. I believe in him.
yeah, I believe in him. He's the one on the right. Ooh.
See?
Ooh. He's doing great.
Yeah, remember,
hell yeah.
green has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, I mean,
I would have rolled
Well, no,
disadvantage then
yeah.
for that, but he won anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's not his turn yet anyway, so I'll remember
Flame
that for the
Knights
next
are
one.
built sturdy.
Yeah, he's going great. He's definitely wounded, and he is the weaker of the two, both by brawn and by health. But yeah, he's swinging around his sword and he punches through the shoulder of that figure, and gets a good square hit in. And he's doing. They seem to be now of equal hurt rather than the Flame Knight losing. In fact, it looks like the Flame Knight might have more health at this point. Brookhild, it's your turn. And then this guy's just dead.
10
This guy's
years
just
later.
dead. 10 years later. I know, there's a lot of people on the board. That's what it'd be when we got 5 people in the party, unfortunately.
Hey, well, he did take damage now. So,
He did take damage now. There's a fucking arrow sticking out of his
So,
clavicle.
ring that bell, baby.
About a 3.5 foot long arrow. Okay, it's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. They so far have not. They have a good wisdom modifier. It's just they haven't rolled very. He rolled a 5. He rolled a 5.
He rolled a 11
5.
damage.
He takes 11 points of damage. That brings it up to. Why can't I do basic math? There we go. Yeah, he's quite hurt. He's quite injured by this so far. He seems to be bloodied. I don't know what Toll the Dead looks like. I don't know if there's a description that comes along with it.
It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like noise. It's like literally a bell that like the enemy hears in their head. But then it does necrotic damage, which makes no sense. I'll reflavor it later.
Just think of Hell's Bells. Just the beginning of that, and it does damage to you.
It just does damage to you. All right. Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
It's because
I was just wondering, can any
rings for thee and all that shit.
does anybody hear it though, other than him?
I think it's only the target, because otherwise it would like. But then it does necrotic and not like thunder damage
to your ears.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So
It's just interesting. It doesn't really matter.
It's
But I was
just eardrums just run.
Yeah.
Sure.
What it is. So they hear it, and it's like,
Boom. Do not ask for whom the bell tolls.
I'm gonna strangle you.
The bell tolls for thee. All right, Brookild's turn is over. Are you just gonna move, or is she to move?
I've already moved.
Gareth, it's your turn.
I guess I could move another like 5 yards.
Yep.
Actually.
Push him.
Yeah, you can move.
Push him.
Gareth has to try and make a con save. See if his turn happens. His turn does not happen, I'm afraid. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, he's still overcoming the poison. He lifts up, he gets off one knee. You're so close. But the DC is 12 that you need to beat.
Actually, I do my last like 5 feet, and I use my free action to point at Gareth and call him a pussy.
Okay. Yeah, Gareth, you're like Atlas. You're like trying to suddenly. Your own body feels like too heavy, and you're trying just trying to lift up, and it's sorry. Your turn is skipped. You're paralyzed for the duration. It is the caster's turn. The caster goes, "Ha! Stronger than I thought!" And he reaches down to his side, and you actually see he has some kind of metal container, and he pulls out what appears to be like a thin paper playing card, and then he places it on that blade-like protrusion off of his left arm.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my god!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
And the rune
Where's my
glows.
dragon?
I take a card and I place it face down.
Oh god, we're gonna activate his trap card if we move
I
it.
hate
What
you.
agreed to.
And where is the creature that I'm trying to look for? There it is. And you see materializing out of thin air. Boom. You see a blue-like
I hate
troll
those.
creature.
Uh-oh.
I hate those.
And he says, "I create my block troll in
Ew.
aggressive mode."
Ew. Why does he have what's his neck doing?
Oh, we killed one of those guys. Remember?
What's his neck doing?
Yeah, it looks like a nature troll, like just a traditional
So,
like ogre that you've seen in the distance, but it's like blue and ephemeral. And then he points forward and just goes, "Attack!" And he's gonna come up.
At least you have Gareth as like me.
Caster should
Yeah.
probably get killed.
And he's gonna make a swing at Azurin.
Jesus.
Why?
Looks like he's a dumb bitch troll too.
I don't
He's
want
not
you.
attacking the person on
I
the
don't
ground.
want you
Is he size large?
to. You're not allowed.
He is size large, yes.
Sexy. Okay.
Mhm.
Is that a
Pretty-
penis?
You bet it is.
No.
No, it's not. It's part of the. He's holding like some kind of bark, like wooden, like tree trunk club.
He has a loincloth.
He's running
okay,
a black
cool.
claw. All right, Azurin
Yeah, that's
looks
a
like
miss.
All right,
I summon Dick Troll
He swings his. Dick troll.
in defense position.
In defense position.
He swings his club. I jump up, step on it, and then do a backflip off.
Nice. And then land
Letting
down
him
in the exact square that you were in.
Yeah,
It's artful, but yeah, he swings, he misses.
You can backflip on point.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Dexy.
You're our Dexy. And that's not. Hold on, we're not quite done though. Let's see here. I have too many pictures. Is what I have. And it goes, as my bonus action, I summon Fairy Dragon in defense.
What again?
And that's the end.
Yeah, that's
And then he
kinda
says out loud, "That's the end of my turn."
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I wish he was on our side.
It is Valerie's turn.
So,
I kind of want to take him out for
real
a
talk,
beer.
am I able to use acrobatics to try to push that guy into my cloud?
You can use athletics, but you have to also be within touching distance of him.
So
What you would be doing is a shove action, which takes
I'm
your
gonna
action. It's
try.
athletics check.
I'm not
I mean,
strong,
if you want
but
me to, I can do that for you.
Are you any stronger than I am?
I
Yeah.
have an ability that adds an additional like push.
Is it only pushed back from the way that you attacked them, though, or is it any direction?
Because I can run
but I
behind
have
them
a
right
plan. I have a plan.
Is your plan to go...
I was gonna go here.
Well, you'd have
Just
to go this way.
I could cut between them.
You cannot cut between them. Enemies do not... You cannot move through enemy squares. However, you might be able to cut the corners.
Wouldn't I be...
diagonal.
I'm on your side, guys. Don't worry. I'm on your side. I want you to guys to do your cool shit. So you'd have to go around them as well. But that would also incur an attack of opportunity because you'd be leaving.
From where I am, I'm not even being attacked right now, so I can just move behind this guy.
Yeah, as long as you have the movement for it.
So I'm going to move behind him and see if I can shove him.
All right, go for it. It's an. This is your. By the way, this is your turn. This is your attack. This is your action. Just to be clear.
Hopefully it works.
Okay, this is a contested roll against his athletics, which he's not proficient in, so it's just his turn. It's a tie.
Wait, what do we do?
In the result of a tie in competitions, the default the status quo remains. No, that's all. Attacker only. Nope, meet it to beat it is only for AC, is not, and for saving throws.
You are fair enough.
For skill checks and skill competitions, it's just the world defaults back to the way it was before.
It's that way so that if the players are defending, it's on their side.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you want to think of it this way, Valerie's setting a DC that the person has to meet to beat. If that kind of like helps align the rules more.
Fair enough, fair enough.
That is Zavali. I'm sorry, that is your turn. You run around behind him, and you shove him, and he gets knocked back a little bit, but he's able to kind of recover just barely. And it is the end of your turn. It is the dragon's turn, who is, I believe, green. Green dragon goes. So those two up there are fighting. I should probably
disadvantage on his attack.
Disadvantage on his attack. That's true. This is green dragon, and then the other one is orange dragon. There we go. So let's see how this fight's going between those two. 2d6s. And the other one is a well, it doesn't matter. So, he already loses. Oh damn, this is brutal. You were watching this fight going really lopsided before, and now the flame is just picking them apart. These a lot of puncture wounds in this dragon, but they're still standing. The Dragonborn is very bloody though, and it has been weakened by this fight. But the Flame Knight has as well. But the Flame Knight hasn't lost a single competition roll yet. It is Azrid's turn.
All right.
And you have this big ephemeral ogre-like creature in front of you.
Oh boy. I am going to.
It is best to surrender. It is no way for sellswords to pick each other apart when the man is right there. The caster says, as you know, because talking is free action. If you guys can talk, then he can.
Oh. So. All right. DM.
Yes.
In my sheet, I have a spell.
I assume you have many spells.
I have a spell that's open.
Yeah.
Is it everything in this description or just one?
Most assuredly it's probably just one, but let me read. No, it's just one. Right. It says choose one.
Choose that creature or become choose the okay.
It's all the ones related to that one. Do we really have to be secretive about this, or is this more?
Okay. Bestow curse. Does it also like?
Well, you choose like. Or? Does it do? It doesn't do any damage. Oh wait.
One of the options is.
It's just a buff, or a debuff, I suppose.
It says, while cursed, the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it wastes its action that turn doing nothing. While the target is cursed, your attacks and spells deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage to the target.
Yeah, this doesn't do damage.
Alright, that's two separate. Alright.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So it's either I choose to have him do wisdom saving throws or do nothing, or my attacks and spells do 1d8 damage.
I think we're misunderstanding. This is a debuff. He makes a wisdom saving throw, and the wisdom saving throw is just a break out of this debuff that you put on him.
Yeah, but it says in the description, while the target is cursed, your attacks and spells deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage to the target. Is that
but then if you attack something else, that's another action.
That's next turn, because you can only cast one spell on this turn, and then next time.
But is that as well as the other, like, one of the other, like, debuffs, or is that just...
Yeah, it's all together. It's all together. Yes, it does all of these things and more. Yeah.
Okay.
You debuff an ability score, you debuff a stat, and he takes more damage. Honestly, this spell fucking sucks to have you on. Yeah, it's a level 3 spell. It fucks up his day. I don't know what you want from me. It does everything and more. It ruins him. His dick shrivels up and falls off. I don't know what you want from me. Yeah, and he's fucked if you pick dexterity or strength or something.
All right, so he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
and on each of his turns, he has to make another wisdom saving throw, and if he fails, he can't do anything.
He gets a 12. I don't know why I keep forgetting that you guys inflict so many wisdom saving throws on people. That's the one stat I didn't write down on a roller for me to access quickly.
That fails. So he sucks.
Who did you
he sucks.
So you have to choose an ability score.
Yeah, so I choose the curse. Wait.
We're gonna go one step at a time.
Yeah,
he failed his throw, so now you
cursed,
choose an ability score.
The target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it wastes its action that turn doing nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a debuff that lasts like round by round every turn he has.
We will remember this on his turn, but for now you still need to choose one ability score that he's now got disadvantage on for everything.
Strength.
Okay, sounds good.
Who?
This guy?
Yeah.
The big boy.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. I think it's the first time we used the spell, so this is good to know.
Strength,
I don't think so.
Well, we've used like Hex before.
Advantage.
Which is a similar
I have memory
spell.
of Bestow Curse.
I think this is it for right now. Also, the target only has disadvantage on attacks against you. The caster.
Which makes sense because I'm right here. No, wait.
Yes, that's what it says.
Oh.
The target has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws. Disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Is what it says.
But ability scores and saving throws are bad for him in general. It's
but that's just one. It says you touch a creature and that creature must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or become cursed for the duration. When you cast the spell, choose the nature of the curse from the following options.
I think you're missing like a list look to your spell. Like I feel like it's supposed to be a list. Let me Google it.
I'm very confused.
They're missing like
there's no way. If we've used the spell, but I don't think we've used the spell before. But if we have, we definitely didn't use it correctly. I misunderstood.
This is it. You pick one from these that I just posted in the general chat.
In the general chat, okay. Something did not survive the. I recognize this spell now. Wow. Okay. So you pick. I see. I thought it was just like a list of like this happens and this happens. This happens.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. As I read more and more, I was like, "That's weird. Let's just handle this one step at a time." But it's like this is a lot of steps.
All right, so I'm gonna choose the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it wastes its action turn doing nothing.
Okay.
So every time its turn rolls around, he has to make a wisdom saving throw, and if he fails against my spell save DC, he doesn't do anything his turn.
I understand. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just going to carry forward his wisdom fail that he already had from before, which was just a 12. So his next round is going to be skipped. He's pre-rolled for the sake of alleviating confusion. That is what we're going to do. So now we know for next time. You might want to edit that spell so that it's spaced out so that we can remember next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that during other people's turns, and then
But thank you for keeping it honest and keeping it clear, and for Kat for getting the description.
Thank you, Kat.
Azarine, it is the end of your turn.
I think that's all I can. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for right now.
Well, by the curse, we'll remember that he's just gonna skip his next turn. It is the orange Dragonborn's turn. He is going to turn around and make an attack at Valerie, who just tried to push him, which is very rude.
Oh, well, just we all do what we gotta do.
15.
Okay, I'm gonna cutting words that.
Okay. So mark down your die.
Uh-huh. Doesn't hit me anymore. So I whistle a cute little tune and it throws him off.
Sure. It swings wide, unfortunately. It just goes narrowly overhead.
Commercial jingle.
The commercial jingle.
Valerie just backsteps and smirks at him in a very mocking manner.
Brutal. It is the end of the dragon's turn. It's Umber's turn.
Okay. Okay.
The rain continues to pelt down, and you hear thunder rolling above you.
Jesus.
I am thriving.
Hey Gareth, how are you doing?
Can I hit this guy?
Is he within 30 feet?
Fine.
Yeah.
30 feet, yeah, okay.
You could hit him outside of 30 feet. It's just it'd be disadvantage.
22?
That hits.
9.
As long as Gareth doesn't look up. Okay, he takes 9 points of damage.
Nice.
That's the first time he's been wounded.
Good.
No, I wasn't talking about the rain. I was just because everybody's just walking up to him. It's just pat on the shoulder.
Yeah, it was
As he's
hello, little guy.
Everybody's walking right past him to get into the fight.
Yeah.
Listen, nothing we can do. Gareth's fucked.
That's true. You can't really help him on a
He has to help
constitution.
himself.
He does. But so far it hasn't really been an issue yet, because then Valerie immediately protected him with Cloud of Daggers, essentially. It's just a shield that no Dragonborn wants to step into to attack.
I'm gonna move Closet Scratch.
Okay.
He's gonna go 5, 10, 15.
I have saved Gareth.
25.
Mm-hmm.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's gonna go there.
All right, sure. He's dashing all around. He seems to be looking up ahead at some commotion that's also happening along the walkway to the right.
Okay. He's a good warning bird.
Yeah, he's a warning bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing what I can for you. That is the end of your turn?
Yes, that's it.
Sure. The arrow is sticking out of the guy's leg, and he just goes, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" It is the end of his.
Umber, wait, talking to free action, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Umber can just go, I don't know who the man is, but if you want to surrender, that's an option.
He's just like, oh, and he's just looking down. Actually, he's gonna roll a Constitution. Nope, he's doing good.
Gotcha, so he can dish out damage, but he can't take it.
No, he's a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
It is.
Exactly what a Yu-Gi-Oh player does. Oh my god, we have to cut off his feet if we win.
So, I don't remember that episode.
What?
I don't know.
You forgot about that episode?
I don't know
That's
what you're
it wasn't
referring.
in the episode. It was in the manga.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
It is enemy phase.
Alright, I'll send him to the Shadow Realm. I don't have any problems with that.
Sometimes I forget that Yu-Gi-Oh was actually anime.
Do you forget also that the manga was super fucked up and they couldn't air those episodes in America?
Yeah.
God,
His kids died.
I remember they edited out like
yeah.
a gun.
There was an episode where they're like, "We'll cut off your legs if you don't win this battle," and then the opposite kid got their legs cut off. So,
Bruh.
I remember they in the anime they had that happen, but
Off screen,
just
they zoomed in really
when
close.
the main character would lose, he would
Technically,
lose his
you
leg.
only need your arms to play
But
the card game.
yeah.
so when they lost, the enemy, they didn't lose their legs, but that was the stakes.
Oh,
So,
the stakes. I understand. Brookild, it is your turn. Stuff happens where you can't see. You hear loud, ping, ping sounds as a ballistar going off. And you hear kind of yelling sounds of battlefield. You hear the Fire Emblem main theme playing in the background, actually. There's an orchestra.
Which one?
Okay.
The title theme. What's the one that plays in the background of that Super Smash Bros. Brawl stage?
Oh, okay.
Lost in thought.
Well, what was it?
So, Mr. Yu-Gi-Oh himself, gets hexed.
Okay. What does that mean?
Don't you want to hex the fucking Ashful Threat? The fucking big man?
He's already
I
hexed.
got it. It's fine. If he fails his wisdom saving throw, which I'm sure he will, he doesn't do anything.
Well, he already
Which means
failed. So.
Actually, oh fuck, Hex is a bonus action, so I can do something else, which I forgot.
Interesting.
Sick,
Good to know.
Gareth.
I always forget. Do I have? Okay, I don't have any like ranged weapons.
No, but you have a cantrip that blasts people.
Which I can't use because I can't cast 2 spells in one turn.
You can cast a cantrip alongside a spell,
next to
motherfucker.
Gareth's side
Yeah.
as he's trying to push himself back up.
I can. What? It works with cantrips?
You can cast a cantrip for free no matter what. Yeah. You can cast 2 spells on your turn as long as one of them is a cantrip.
I've always been told that was okay. Okay, well I'm gonna.
I mean, as long as one's a bonus action and one's a cantrip.
Yeah, of course, because you
Yeah.
still have
Or
to
a
abide by
cantrip,
the action.
bonus
card.
action.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
didn't.
so
I didn't know
is
Hex
this
was a
guy-
bonus action until now. Otherwise, I would have told you
Yeah,
sooner.
Is this guy damaged?
Yeah, he's damaged
Emotionally.
emotionally, physically.
Oh, that's valid. I'm gonna. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna toll the dead.
Yeah.
Same old. DC 13 wisdom save.
Well, maybe this one will succeed.
Maybe.
He rolls a 16. Oh yeah, beats it. Yeah, he did it. This is the smartest.
Yeah. I'm actually proud of him.
Does he still take damage though, or
I'm actually
No.
proud
Okay.
of
Does he take
No,
half
it's a
damage?
cantrip.
Wait.
No.
why does your thing roll 2 different things though? Because one
Because
of them
if
is a
he's
3
damaged,
if they're
not
crit already.
damaged.
Okay,
It
good
just
to know.
automatically does it.
Good to know.
It's 1d8.
Good to know. Yeah,
I
he
said it's
shrugs it
okay.
off. He hears the bells, but he's like, no, it's not my time. And he continues on fighting.
Anyways, so homie gets hexed. I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage whenever I hit it,
Uh-huh.
and he gets disadvantage on. Let's say we do a lot of wisdom checks, huh?
We do, but remember, it's just
I
like
know.
skill checks and stuff. So it's not like saving throws. It's just like
Right.
to nature checks and insight checks and stuff like that. He'd have disadvantage on.
All right, let's go with is this like fuck for like athletics and shit?
Sure, athletics would be strength,
Yeah, just in case we did, I don't know, decide to
and that is the only thing that strength
shove them
governs.
around.
I'm gonna push him.
However, you
So
can
just
still
shove
use
him around a
acrobatics if you
little.
wanted to try and do that to escape things.
I'm gonna push him.
I always forget like what ability checks actually get used in combat since it doesn't affect throws.
Perception, athletics, and acrobatics tend to be the 3 most
Yeah.
used combat skills, but those are controlled by 3 different scores
yeah,
entirely.
I'll go with.
so-
I'll still go with athletics.
Sure, his athletics are now going to be at disadvantage. So
Like he's a mega nerd.
yeah, so now he'd have to use his acrobatics if he were to try and contest an athletics check or a grapple or a shove.
Yeah, and I do extra damage.
Okay, and then Brookwood's turn is over, I believe.
Yeah.
Gareth, make a Constitution saving throw and get a 12 or above.
Break free.
I'm breaking free and so ready.
Nope.
Gareth.
Okay, this is fine.
Because you used your.
I
nat
used it all
20s.
early. Anyways, that's my
Yeah,
turn.
you're
Who's up
busted.
next?
I got that free crossbow. It's the
can't believe
caster's
Gareth-
turn.
I can't believe Garrett's first turn was just like cleaving a guy in half, like, and then he's just like. He's doing nothing else.
He's got the blue screen of death. He's got the
Veterans.
spinning wheel on his forehead of the Mac, the pinwheel of death.
Veterans.
Yeah, this guy's kind of like looking back and forth at you guys, just sort of like, Yeah, mathematically, dude, you should have broken out by now. But hey, the slime's all over again. But yeah, he looks at the 2 of you, and he is actually going to he looks down at his blade on the side of his arm, and he'll pull out another card, and he places it down on the another rune, and you see the rune glow, but you don't see anything discernible happen around.
Trap card. Trap card.
We gotta push this guy in this cloud of daggers so we can deal with Yugi over there.
He's pulling a ton of cards.
Are you kidding me? This guy's more like Kaiba.
Does he have a pot of greed or something? He's pulling out a fuck ton of cards.
You've seen him draw 3 cards so far, you know.
Okay.
He's a paladin for the Morrigan.
The standard deck is 40. It is
I've never
Valerie's
been-
turn.
Yo.
You typically draw 1 card per turn.
Oh, it is his turn. He drew a card. He placed it,
Oh.
and now his turn's over. He says my turn is ended.
Damn it.
He says out loud. He says it. You're gonna be my motherfucking girlfriend. Anyway,
Jesus.
My God.
it is Valerie's turn.
So I'm
I
gonna
almost
push
called-
this guy again. I gotta.
No. All right. Sure.
Yes.
Do
Yep.
it.
Yes, he's got
disadvantage.
+4. Does he? I don't think he does have disadvantage.
Wait, this Dragonborn doesn't have disadvantage.
I don't think so.
Oh.
He's not hexed.
He's not the one
Or
hexed.
anything.
It's the big dude is hexed.
Huh.
The giant ogre to your right is. Oh.
Actually, you know what?
He has been. Yeah,
Valerie
that's
is going. Valerie is going to like shut her eyes. She like laughs to herself a little bit, and she shrugs, and she dissipates Cloud of Daggers, and then she casts it again right over top of him.
All right. You can dissipate it as a free. That's like at will, right? It says at will.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can just dissipate the other one and then cast it again.
Sure. You dissipate Cloud of Daggers, and then you just kind of move it forward. He's like, yo, it just says something kind of draconic, and then all of a sudden, he's just covered in daggers. Yeah, he takes 8 points of damage.
Maximum bitch levels.
Yeah, then he's covered in he's instantly covered in blood.
This campaign's about like Bruca learns to become a good person, Valerie learns to become a dick.
Become a horrible person. Person in green over there is fighting up against the knight still, so he's gonna fight. So I'm gonna fight hard. Oh, I've opened the wrong menu. God damn it! There we go.
I'm rooting for him. I'll buy him a beer if he lives.
He's doing great. He's doing great. Ching. This time around, they actually seem to be wounding each other. At this point, they're just exchanging blows. They're both taking some significant damage, but hey, both of them are taking damage.
As soon as this bitch dies, I'm gonna run over there.
It is now okay. Yeah, they're both like on. They both look like they're on death's door. It looked like the draconic figure took a little bit too much like fun. Was having a little bit too much fun. Just got a little bit of hubris, and let his prey get the better of him. And now it looks like they might. It looks like the flaming's gonna take him down with him. That is the end of the green one's turn. It's Azrain's turn.
well, this guy in front of me needs to die. So 1 Mississippi. The 12 hit.
The ogre, yeah, that hits. He's not difficult to hit.
19. I'm assuming that hits.
Yes, it does.
1, 2, and then I'm gonna use my Dancer's Harmony to do more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Which one is it? Which one?
Thick damage. Make it thick.
Yeah. That one.
The other melee DPS.
Vogue, but make it thick.
Both.
Alright,
Make it
so-
thick.
He's swinging his club back and forth, and Azrain's just like dodging narrowly out of the way of it, and then darting in a few times.
1d8, and then I can also add the number rolled to my AC until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
10 damage.
It takes 10 points of
Have
damage.
them all.
And I have a 17 AC.
That's pretty good. That's bugbear levels. That's the end of your turn, I believe.
That's the end, yeah.
It is Orange Dragon's turn.
It's
Orange.
really funny how like the moment Gareth is down, the person with the super long turn is Azrain.
Yeah, the next longest turn. Melee fighters, man, they're wild. Oh shoot.
I'm crazy.
That's a miss. Yeah, that's a miss.
I'm not.
Azrain voice. I'm fucking crazy.
Fucking crazy.
I'm fucking nuts.
He begins his turn, he attacks, and I think beginning his turn he takes Cloud of Daggers damage, right? Or is that the end of this? What's it? How's that work?
You tired of being nice? Don't you just
Wait,
want
he's not in the. Wait, the ogre's not in the Cloud of Daggers.
This is the Orange Dragonborn who is attacking.
Oh yeah, he starts in it. So I didn't know it was his turn.
Well, we skipped the ogre, remember, because it has a hex on it.
Oh right.
He was supposed to go, and we've long since passed him, so his turn did not happen this time.
Oh, he takes 9 this time. Big ouchie.
GM dead.
No, I'm rereading Cloud of Daggers, and I'm really starting to think that when you first cast the spell, they don't take damage. They don't take damage until they start their turn in it.
Oh wait, was it not his turn?
Well, now it is.
Oh.
But I'm talking about like before when you were just like on your turn
yeah,
when you
it doesn't
dismissed
deal
it.
damage on cast.
I don't think it does damage on cast.
But it also says when it enters the spell's area for the first time.
On a turn.
On the oh yeah.
Yeah, it's that second part. If you just read the first part of that sentence for the first time, it definitely implies that they take instant damage, but it says the fact that I never really read further than that is like first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So I think from now on, I think that I'm fairly certain. I might be wrong. I'll consider it and research in the future. But I think that it's still guaranteed damage because he can't not start his turn there. But I don't think that it's going to be doing the 8d4 worth of damage anymore, because I don't think that he does damage until the beginning. Because also what happened to Gareth right now is like, oh, at the beginning of turn he makes a Constitution save. I was like, huh. And so it's like, wait a minute. So I think yeah, he'll take this damage now. But going forward. He's actually blended to bits, so he's killed once. But yeah, going forward, I think it's just on the beginning of his turn. But yeah, he is killed. These blades
I need
slice
to adjust
into him.
I need to adjust how it's written because it's not very clear.
Yeah, it's one of those wiggly sort of like Wizards of the Coast spells are written like as if you're a coder or a programmer with a lot of if-then statements and like a lot of like keywords in there and tags, and it's just like kind of like it's a language unto itself. But it has to be taken very literally, and I think reading it very literally, it implies that they don't take damage twice, but it still kills him. He dies real good. His sword drops to the ground. He's shredded the last shred, and he just falls to a heap at the base of the blending.
I'm going to
end of his turn.
Can I just dissipate it immediately? Can I just say it's gone?
If you want, it's at will, I believe. So you can if you want to. It is Umber's turn, though. Umber, you can do your turn. Valerie, since it's at will, technically you can do it whenever, even if it's not your turn. I believe that's what at will is meaning. Yeah, so.
Is this a bad guy?
That's a bad guy.
I'm a shooter.
Okay, he's a real bad guy. Shoot bad guy. Have you missed yet? I don't think you've missed once yet. No, that is a hit. You have not missed yet, Jesus.
Bad guy got real shot.
And has he taken damage before?
Yeah, he's taken damage before.
Plenty
of damage. He's definitely fighting this Flame Knight to the death. It looks like they're gonna kill each other at this point, just because the Flame Knight was so injured before. But now this guy's hurt so badly. He raises up his sword, and then an arrow streaks through his neck and out the other side, and his jugular is just punctured on both sides, and he just slowly falls backwards in a heap, and he's dead. And you have saved this Flame Knight.
Time to bully Yugi over there.
Safe. That's my turn.
It is enemy phase. Okay. At this point, I think enemy phase is also NPCs for the most part. So this guy's gonna be like, he looks at Umber, he was about to get like struck down. He looks at Umber, and the helmet just kind of like nods once. And then this guy is going to run up to the. He's gonna run up to here actually.
Oh my god!
No, we have to protect him now.
Oh, hey, listen.
Great. No, you know what? No, you know what? Valid.
He's a true himbo.
What is he?
He's a true Flame Knight. Valid. You know what? Yeah.
He didn't come here to take a break. However, that's just a humble lizard. So he strikes true. He carves off one of its wings. And it's like fluttering.
Humble lizard.
It's a humble lizard. Yeah.
The humble lizard that can down Garrus for like 3 turns.
Yeah, well, you know,
way more than that.
it can only bite on its turn. It can't bite now. The Flame Knight's now just going toe to toe with this the lizard, and he's kind of like he's avoiding its bite, and he's slashing backwards. I love that we're all
like, let's help this Flame Knight, and Gareth's paralyzed.
It's like
they'll run past Gareth.
Hey,
it's what you would have wanted.
Sometimes you crit 3 times in a row. Sometimes you fail your Constitution saving throws. It's the on average. It's the lay of the game.
As if Gareth is dead.
It is stuff happens off screen. It's Brugild's turn.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Yeah. The caster looks back and forth and he just goes,
Hey, real quick. This is 13 hit.
Yeah, it's he's got low AC.
So that's 9 damage plus
and he's
1d6
hexed.
due to hex.
All right.
So that's 11 damage.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, he's struck in the chest and he just falls back on his butt with scorch mark on the outside of his coat. He's like wearing thick armor, quote unquote, but he is definitely squishy, and he's hurt. He's like the wind has knocked out of him. He's just on the ground, kind of like trying to breathe. It is Gareth's turn. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
What's his problem?
I don't want
no whammy.
No, I want to surrender.
Yeah.
Gareth, you slowly stand up and you feel the poison subsiding through your body. Just this flash of toxin. You're slowly burning it off, metabolizing
do you
it.
need help, Gareth? Do I need to hold out my hand? Are you going to be okay?
Insulting is a free action.
All right, give me the. So is shit wrong thing. Is this thing alive?
Oh, absolutely yes.
Oh, it is? Okay, I thought you said cut off one of its wings. So
that's not enough. It seems to be kept aloft by some other force besides aerodynamics. The wings seem to be just for show.
Okay. This thing.
Also alive.
And what's the disadvantage? Or no, wait, can it make any attacks?
It will come this next. Well, we'll see. Come this next turn, he's going to make a wisdom saving throw, and we'll find out. Can he make a reaction? Definitely. Reactions are unaffected by this hex, from what I can tell.
So he can make a reaction attack.
He could make an attack of opportunity. Yes.
Unabated.
By the rule of hex as written, it makes no mention of.
It's not a hex. It's bestow curse.
Oh, bestow curse. Sorry, I don't know. I confused this too. But no, it doesn't make any mention of reactions. So I'm going to say that it's unaffected.
It wastes its action doing nothing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Is Homeboy on not prone, but
but he's flavorfully prone. He does not have the debuff prone. He's
sitting on his bum.
Yeah, he's not statusly affected
still draw
as
cards
prone.
like that.
Yeah. He's still technically as capable of fighting now as he was standing. He's not truly knocked prone. He's prone, but not prone.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up in front of him.
Sure.
I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity.
Okay. He's got more strength, so he's gonna swing. He sees to go by, and he's like, and he swings back and forth, left and right, trying to get a hit on.
That hits, yeah. But I'm still gonna keep on moving.
Sure, he is going to hit you for
roll damage.
Okay, this is +4. 1 second.
Yikes.
Well, he's a big boy.
Big boy.
So it's these. It's it's that one. Is it rolling, or did I fuck up something?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, nothing happened yet.
Oh,
7. Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Take 11.
I'm
remember,
reducing the damage.
+4. So because its strength is added to it, so it's 11 points of damage.
So that's 11. So that's 6 damage.
You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. You swing by and you get thudded on the shoulder, but you shrug it off and keep going.
And at that moment, I point the blade at him and I just say, "You are outnumbered. Yield."
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Little baby man.
Little baby man. Can I roll with strength, or do I have to roll normal intimidation with charisma?
That's what Gareth does to him canonically.
I hate how intimidation's done with charisma.
Can you tell me how you would be using your athletics to intimidate him?
I mean, I am a big man. I am carrying a big sword that is now 2 inches from him.
Look at the scary
psychologist. Okay.
Gareth does a fucking peck pot.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna use athletics then, but flavored as intimidation because I'm actually proficient in both.
Okay, we'll remember that. Sure, 22. With a 22, he just he throws up his hands and the cards just kind of like fly into the air and then fall down slowly to the earth. And he's just like looking up at you. His head bows down below, and his eyes are shaded, and he just like reaches down to his pocket down his belt, and he just places his hand over the top of his deck.
And then he commits seppuku with them.
Don't.
The universal card player's sign for yielding.
He yields?
Oh, he puts his hands up and he puts his hand over his deck.
Can you get rid of the fucking...
Can we move this thing, please?
He looks at me and goes, "Oh, no, I can't."
What?
What do you mean you can't?
Once they're summoned, they're summoned. I don't know. They follow their. They can't. I can't. Listen, I'm a summoner, not a de-summoner.
I love this guy.
I only control the butterfly wizard. I don't control the. I could try, but I can break control, and then he'll just attack everybody.
Give me the deck.
He'll hand it to you, but I mean, roll an Arcana check.
Well, I'm not trying to use it. I'm just taking it from him.
You're disarming him. Sure. You take a bunch of decks. You take a bunch of cards. Some of them are just like on the floor. There's honestly, it would take like minutes to it's 52 pickup. It's 52 fucking pickup right happening. So
how did you even summon these creatures?
We have bigger issues right now.
We'll find
It's
out
a pretty big issue. If there's more like it.
Hey, just so you know, isn't it the fucking butterfly's turn?
Yeah, but that's his familiar, so he doesn't do anything unless he wants to.
My turn again.
Yeah,
I was about to say, like, as the more important things, the thing gets me the
Nips you. Ah!
I immediately crumple again.
Perhaps in another life he might have yielded and then had it bite you to then try to make some dramatic escape, and maybe he still will, but he doesn't do that right now. No, it is the end of your turn, Gareth. Though intimidating him is an action. It is his turn. Oh, it is his turn. It's his turn. Nah. He's like, He just kind of sits there with his hands kind of at his sides. It is the Valerie turn. It is the Val of the turns. It is the Valerie.
You okay?
I'm never okay. So
it is the Valerie turn.
It's the Valerie turn.
I'm gonna draw both of my short swords and just attack the big man.
Sure.
I fucking wasted that hex. I hate you guys.
Well, listen.
It wasn't wasted.
It's Gareth's
I'm
fault.
assuming one of these hit.
You did use
move it.
He's a good person.
that one. The one hits. The one hits.
You
Not
can
then.
move it for free. Don't forget.
No.
Cat.
No, I can't.
Or a short sword. Not bad
Not
damage
bad.
at all.
Not bad.
8. Or, no, 9.
Takes 9 points of damage. Oh, he's cut into his gut. And it's just spilling out. Actually, nothing. It just spills out particles of blue. This summoned creature. That's it. That's the end of your turn. It's Green Dragon's turn. All right, it's Azarine's turn.
Okay. I am going to do the thing with the chakrams.
That hits. One hits. One hits them.
One hits.
Yep.
Do that cool thing with the strap.
Doing that cool thing.
Shoot bad guy. Hee.
D8.
Actually, before you waste one of your precious resources, he's killed.
Oh, okay.
He dies. You with the 3 points of slashing damage, you just push him right over the edge, and he takes enough to be killed. You cut through him, and it just seems to be too much for him. He just kind of like collapses backwards, and he just fades away into particles.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go.
Everything else is dead. We won the encounter.
Seems
but
to
the
be.
fairy.
It's fine.
The fairies.
The fairy's not attacking anybody yet.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go up here just to be like, hey.
Yeah.
Sure. As you actually are up ahead now, let me kind of reveal more of the area.
Yeah. Should I take that or?
The what?
The what?
Should I take the cards, or do you want to keep it?
I'm keeping it for now.
Okay. Just.
He looks up and he just goes, "I knew it, a fellow player."
A what?
Jesus.
I am going to. Go just really like hoist the sword a little bit, just up under his like fucking neck.
He seems to be sweating at this gesture. We are out of initiative for a moment, as long as you guys don't try to
my arrows.
Roll a. There's a roll for that. Investigation check.
But yeah, I also want to recover my stuff.
Okay.
Nice shot.
18.
If you take a minute, I believe you recover half of them, but you don't necessarily have a minute, which is why I don't have an investigation check. Okay, with an 18 and 17, you recover half of the ammunition that you spent.
Yay.
So 1.
Okay,
2.
yes, perfect. Normally you'd have to take 60 seconds to kind of like scrounge the field, and that's just a given. You don't have to roll, but since you guys are doing this in about 6 seconds, just trying to kind of rapidly like yanking an arrow out of the jugular of a dead dragonborn, time is of the essence.
Fine.
If everybody's okay with it, I think that tonight I'd like to go a little bit on the later side, maybe.
I would also like to do that.
So we're gonna take a break now.
Can I, before the break ends, like, so we like end this completely? Can Gareth be like turned to the flame knight? He's like, can you handle him? He is disarmed. But,
She replied, "Yeah, I could try that. I don't think he's going anywhere. But he'll look at she, the gender that she is. Will look around for rope."
Man, are you sure you're fine?
Before that,
This is what every other week is already more than I can usually handle. So no, I'm not fine, but I'm doing the best that I can. Hope you all can just put up with it, because I'm very tired and I'm very exhausted. Doing my best here. How does she look? She looks hurt horribly.
okay, here, take.
She looks like she was going to die if she took maybe 6 points more damage.
She takes 9 points of healing.
She takes 9 points of healing damage. Okay.
I'm
dead.
nice.
her health dies and rebuilds itself anew.
Sure. Yeah, you can't really see any of her skin, but like now you're this close and like she's talking and she has a very effeminate voice. She also has a smaller frame. Still taller than Azarine by a good margin actually. But yeah.
She just puts a hand on her shoulder and it's like her arm is like up. She's like.
Sure. You heal her for 9 points. And thank you.
Garrett was kind of like after like, you know, she's being healed and like she's like, all right, yeah, I can handle this dude. Garrett's kind of nods and gives her like a thumbs up, and he's like, you fought valiantly. There.
She kind of she nods. She's taking a breath. She's like, she kind of like she raises a gauntleted thumbs up, and she just goes like, I'm sorry, you guys got to go ahead. I'll stay here and man this side of the fort, and I'll send message if there's any issue. I think we cleaned these up good, but I can't go to the commander and.
Rest all you can up here.
She found some rope that would have been used for repairing some basic things, and she's going to give it to like Gareth or Azarine to like tie up the caster.
Right,
I take it and hand it to Gareth.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, roll sleight of hand check.
Me?
Yeah, I mean you're tying up a dude. And this is the DC that he'd have to beat if you wanted to try and break it, in theory.
Let's see what those years in the Boy Scouts and the Inquisition taught you about ropes.
Let's see.
Can't I just like wrap him up tight enough with my string to be like, oh, he can't get out of that?
I don't. Well, are you proficient in sleight of hand?
I am not.
What is your proficiency bonus?
I want to see a perfect butterfly.
+2.
Okay, for the sake of this one time, we'll say that it's a 14 instead of a 12. We'll let you add your proficiency. So with a 14, you just kind of like tighten it, and you're like, you look at the knot, and it's like it's certainly a knot, and you're like, maybe he could reach it still, and then you really yank it tight.
You yank it, and then I just look at him, he's like,
and then
not cause her any trouble.
It just kind of looks up. He just looks up. He just goes, okay, and tightened down by the ropes. Barely able to speak, but yeah, he seems to be. And then he just kind of slumps over on the side.
How come all of the most threatening enemies are such losers?
Listen, we in the world of Emerald Knights and Dark-Eyed Princes, we need to balance it out.
Like the fucking Emerald Knight himself was just shoving his face with the weenies.
Listen, multifaceted characters.
Gotta eat. The Rogomancer was badass. I'm sad we killed him.
Killed in one round. He was just instantly destroyed.
Garrett, yeah, that's how he was a loser. Because Garrett immediately eviscerated the man.
The sexy necromancer.
Right after he absolutely carved his initials inside Gareth's.
Yeah, he would.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah.
Were he not an Orkeevan? Were Gareth not an Orkeevan, he would have just dropped him, and then he probably would have like absconded out the window or just escaped.
Not for the laws of this land.
Not for the laws of this land. You look up ahead and out in the distance. It's hard to make out because of the fog. The fog seems to be lifting a little bit, but you actually see like streaks of like objects like falling through the sky, and you hear like. From further down the way.
I shouldn't have used Hex.
It is the time that we're going to go and take a quick break. We're going to go on to the standby phase, and we'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. the game. All right, we are back, everyone. We're back alive. We are picking up exactly where we left off. You look around you, and the fog has subsided a little bit. You can see pretty far now, but it's still like hazy. Your vision is now increased to about 60 feet. And where you look out is you see this tremendous tower that's actually in front of you that seems to have a gate open and a drawbridge that has kind of leaned a bit forward. And there's like a short jump from it to the rampart that you are standing on right now. Possibly, assumingly, is where the caster came from and his other people with him. Down the way, looking out to the right, you see just like streaks of things through the air, objects falling that you have guessed from what I recall before we broke for the break. It is catapults that are launching projectiles against the castle. Even now, you look at the ramparts, and some of the walls have been dented and broken, and some of the stonework is freshly cracked and beaten. We're out of initiative for right now. We're going to keep the initiative that we had before, but we're out of initiative for the moment until we engage.
Is the siege tower? Is it like empty or?
Well, I mean, for your cursory glance, it appears to be empty. It seems to be a room at the top of this tower. It's about 40 feet tall, and it has a stairwell at the back made of just like tied together like wooden logs, very rough hewn. So maybe down below, if you got in the tower and climbed down to the bottom floors, maybe there's more people down there, but you don't see any right now. It seems to be empty.
I see. Do I
Anybody have fire?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I can get some torches. Take care of that. Take care of
Please
some
make
torches.
some way.
Brooklyn
have
steps
fire.
up and she brushes her nails on her coat and then just kind of flicks her fingers. Brooklyn, what are you doing?
And I'm gonna produce flame.
Rad, sick, okay.
It's yeah, you know.
Does that do damage?
Yes.
Excellent. So that's a powerful flame, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of raise up and you just pull out your hand. It's this flame kind of erupts
And
forward.
then, like, he's like, just enough to get it. Like,
The flame would be like, all right, we got to be careful. We don't want to hurt it. And it explodes. Yeah, it goes up relatively slowly, but it's not like treated wood or anything like that. Once
It's
again,
not like
hastily put together.
It's not fireball. Like it's produced flames. It's just
Yeah,
like, which I also burnt down Fogwood Mill with.
Which,
Yeah.
However, Fogwood Mill was a tinderbox when he now.
it produced.
Uh-oh, he's gone.
Uh-oh.
I burned him too.
You burned him too. The twine that's holding the logs together ignites first, and then the dry bark on the outside begins to burn as well, and slowly this fire is spreading. You're pretty sure that in some time this thing is just gonna be a fireball in the next few minutes. But I don't know if you guys want to wait around that long to see it. But the flame catches.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, I just want to no, but I'm just gonna ask since when are we taking prisoners? Since when do we do this? Is this new? Should I have known before?
I mean,
Well, he
it
is
was clear he did have
opposite.
it.
I'd rather you would. Yeah, I'd rather the prisoners be taken.
Anyways, it's not our trouble. Right? If Miss Knight here wishes just to wash her hands clean of the issue, it's her choice.
She leans over at him very closely. The caster just goes, "We'll see how he acts. We'll see if he behaves."
By all means, you can execute him if you feel like it. We left him there.
I could execute him at any second. And the guy is just like lying on the ground on his side, and he's just like sweating and shaking in the tight binds of the rope.
She like leans to the flame knightus and she just goes, "At least slap him twice."
She kind of like waves. She kind of like waves you off. Don't worry about it.
We have more issues, pressing matters at hand. Once again,
Okay.
ma'am, thank you for your assistance. We need to be off though.
She taps her. What's the word I'm looking for? She taps her fist, her gauntlet against her chest, and makes a little ringing sound. All right, you guys continue down the way. What you see up ahead is actually the long walkway and the ramparts, and at the end of it, you actually see a dead Flame Knight kind of like draped over the banister, and he has a arrow, very very sturdy looking arrow in his chest. And you also see a
Valerie, no.
Valerie.
Valerie's behind.
There's an opening.
Valerie.
There's an opening in the to the right is like the citadel, and like there's a stairwell going down. That purple lines designate boss fog. No, I'm kidding. They designate changes in altitude.
No!
Fog wall.
Fog wall.
Fog wall. No, it's a change in altitude. So this is going down. But you see, this is actually broken across the way with the fog like kind of out of the way now. You can see to the other side of where the ramparts would pick up. The wall picks up on the other side. But you see that this has been collapsed, this has been destroyed. A catapult has careened in here, and the old stonework has just crumpled down. You see the remainder of the wall far below. Good news, it collapsed over the gate, and now it's even harder to get through. And you actually see a battering ram down below, just the tops of it. It's like submerged in mist and fog still as the rain continues to fall, but it's down there. And you see a commotion of clamoring of metal, and every now and then you see a pole arm like raising up into the air. Someone swings it down. There's some fight happening down below as well. But yeah, you see across the way, the other side. And once again, a dead flame knight, and it's very sad. Oh, and a broken ballista. He was on a ballista, but the ballista is like shattered apart and splintered.
So,
and you're out of initiative.
Distance, like you said that we see this man.
Mm-hmm.
Is it obvious that he's dead?
Oh yeah, he has like a 4-foot fucking pile, a Scorpio bolt in his chest. Yeah, he and it's just blood all over. It is punctured. He's very dead. Unless he can live without a heart, in which case this is the greatest fighter you've ever met. But no.
Damn.
Yeah, he's just a pile of like an armored suit, just kind of like crumpled on face forward with a pylon sticking out of his chest. He's fine. Umber says.
He looks fine.
Yeah, and the Scorpio, the ballista that he was on, is broken as well.
Fortunate. But we need to get into the citadel. So this is a clearing, correct? Not an actual door.
It's stairs that go down. It is a covered stair walkway that connects to a. Well, I'm going to reveal a little bit. And ooh, is it going to be cheeky? But it goes down and then it connects to a big ass building.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Garrett kind of starts on the corner and kind of it's like everyone form up. We need to.
Sure.
Is Umber AFK?
Umber, are you AFK or are you on push to talk and just forgot to unmute?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
It happens, don't worry.
No, it's fine.
Can I? Is this part still? You can't.
No, this is real. This is
it's
real
gonna be
cover.
actual inside.
Part
Inside.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
real ass inside.
I'm gonna put him over here.
Yeah, that part is.
I will lead in.
That's it.
Just stick close once again. This. How bad is the fog inside?
It doesn't seem to really be too much of an issue. However, it is dark. There's very little light that's been lit up in there.
Dark vision. Okay.
So it's dark, but there's no fog inside.
Okay. Well, Gareth shall continue to go into this big room. He's just like, stick close, let me lead first.
Sure.
Matilda's just rolling her eyes every time he says something.
Okay. You head inside. You see up to 60 feet with disadvantage on perception checks. Why don't you make a perception check for me?
Alright. It's back to the summer of Gareth.
Nope.
Fuck.
Garrett's gonna die.
All right, yeah.
I'll throw summer over.
Summer's over. You look inside, and
Hot
there is
Garrett
a bit of an issue where you are.
Summer of George.
You cannot see much further than just like there's some flickering candles on the far side, and it's dark. You can see where you're going. You're not bumping around in the darkness. You don't see any movement, but you can tell this room like once was
no
like.
No sounds, no nothing.
You don't hear anything. No, you don't hear anything. You hear that. You hear like a flame burn. Well, you hear ting ting blah like off in the distance, and that probably.
But like far away, so I can keep on like creeping.
You can creep it. Yeah, no, you don't hear or see any immediate things.
Like I'm basically like I'm like kind of cautiously moving, but like he's gonna keep on moving until like he sights something or he's attacked.
You're in a large room
that's like in his vicinity.
Okay, I'm gonna roll something behind the scenes.
Got it, boss.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
I don't like this.
Hold on, let me check the measurement of how far I can go for this one turn of movement. I can go 2 more.
As of right now, we are now back into initiative.
Yep. 1. Anything?
Not yet.
2. All right, that's his max movement for this turn.
Okay, that you notice that there's you got the far wall on that side, and there seems to be a way out of here that goes a bit deeper. More purple. There's more stairs that go down. You're in a room that has tapestries and like old moth-eaten tapestries and tables with worms that have eaten through the centers, and it's
no bodies.
None that you can see. It's a bit darker on the far side of the room. You're kind of more wary of the dark side than you are right now. And but with nine perception, it's like, oh fuck. The problem is going from outside. Everything was fucking white and bright, and now you're like inside darkness, and you're like, fuck. Like everything is just.
Well, I mean, to Garrett, he's like, he kind of turns like, and like he does turn around to call back, right? He's like, the room seems to be clear. We need to get moving.
Umber's gonna just like look at Azure and go, "You go in first. I'll like take up."
Can I?
Just to make sure.
Okay.
Forward and like make another perception check.
Of course.
Sort?
Yeah, because Valerie's next up. So, oh Jesus Christ! Hey,
hi.
Whoa!
You went real forward.
Sorry, that was real
You
forward.
went way too forward.
That's right. Her and Valerie can go together, but Valerie, it is also your turn.
I will move to Garrett's shoulder and I will use perception.
Okay. Has everybody? Okay, sure. Has everybody? 1, 2, 3. Okay, perception. You look, and Valerie, you actually can see movement on the far side of the room in the darkness.
There's movement.
Garrett
Small.
immediately
If that thing rushes
I
at
mean,
me,
he
I'm
ended
also
his turn.
ready in action to.
I ended my turn, and I don't know if perception counted as an action.
Unfortunately, for like trying to see into the darkness, it is.
Okay.
So something rushes at me, I'm gonna stab it with a rapier.
Well, yeah, you
I
seem
mean,
to be aware.
no, you can't ready an action. You already used your action.
Yeah,
I
you
can't.
What?
But
What if
whatever
I...
it is won't be surprising you because you've alerted your friends to its presence. to
What
your
if I
presence.
cast light?
You could do that too. Is that what you want
Use
to do as
that
your action?
Maybe.
Can I
I'm
close
gonna
off?
cast light.
All right, you cast light.
Are
The
we
room is filled with
moving
light.
in initiative base?
We are
Yep.
moving in
So that
initiative
means you're
base.
next up, Umber.
Okay. Just
I'm
Illuminate.
20 foot.
20 feet. That's pretty much the whole room, right? Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the whole room. Doo-doo-doo. Not that I want to be too persnickety about stuff. What you see on the far side of the room is actually a couple of small moving figures that seem to be kind of like very, very small, and with the light kind of illuminating now, and like your eyes like quickly adjusting to it. It appears to be kobolds.
Oh.
It's time for another night.
Yeah, and they're
Another night of blood.
they're wearing like armor, and they have like a mace, like an actual like put together like mace, as opposed to
Oh,
like
they're
a,
ready this time.
they
heard
are so cute.
They've heard the legends.
They've heard the legends. Yeah, but there's two kobolds on the far side of the room, and they it looks like they were like about to sprint at you, and they were going like and then the light kind of flicks up and go and then they just charge at you. But that'll be on their turn. That is Umber and Brookild. You two are next, and then a world action might happen.
Hey, I guess what?
Are you just running at them?
Umber, you
I mean,
can't
I have a
fly.
battle.
Quarters. You can't go that non-Euclidean.
No, I know. I was just
I was about to be like, good
Please.
God.
Please.
15.
I mean, hey, how far? What's your
quarter is fine, but
what's-
Jesus Christ.
what's your?
No, I was
how
doing the
far-
math in my head of how much that would actually
I see.
be. So
Counting. You're counting.
no
in your head.
worries.
All right, yeah, you
Yeah.
dive in, and are you gonna bonus action to tell your
30.
hippogriff to dive in?
Yeah. Bonus action. Hippogriff's gonna go. Wee, beep.
He's so fast. All right. What happens next is after all the players go, a world action takes place outside the room.
Can't Brookild and Umber attack?
Yeah.
Oh, they
Down
can.
there,
That's
visible.
true.
Probably.
I
guys want-
can.
And
I only
they're not
moved 30
obfuscated
feet.
by mist, so it's the normal range for attacks.
That is true,
Are
and
you
there's
Farouk
plenty of light
out?
in here.
Brookill,
Yeah.
you should hit them first.
Well,
I'm
technically, you're
pretty sure
still.
your turn's first.
Do you want to end your turn then, Umber?
I mean, you could do that. You could have your turn. Yeah. I can also do the. I know you have Colossus Slayer, but I also have Toll the Dead.
Oh
you
shit!
you
I'm gonna
both are like cleanup crew, but yeah,
Colossus Slayer
it is
does
Umber's
more
turn.
damage.
and also there might be
13.
we might have a case of their initiative goes between Umber and Brookild, so it does.
13.
Okay, 13. That does indeed hit one of them.
Point damage.
Okay, that's not bad. It hits him and right into his chest, and he's like, ah, and just falls back. He's not dead, but like, oh my, he's like, oh, the light leaves him for a second. He leans forward. That is the end of.
I hate how much I love them.
it's okay. That's Umber's turn,
Um,
and it is actually it's their turn.
yeah, because again, I'm
Brookild?
slow as fuck.
Like
They're
Brookild's
so
initiative of like 8, yeah, before her.
Fair enough.
or 6. I don't remember which, but either way, it's before her. And they were waiting. They were holding their action, like, I'm gonna sneak up when they get in the range, and then like everything lit up, and they're like, huh. So their held action doesn't really make any sense anymore, so it's canceled. Which is what happens if you hold an action and the trigger does not trigger. But the one is just gonna go. And just run directly towards the first person in a line, and it's Valerie, and so it's gonna make a swipe at Valerie with its club that it has built out of real missiles. It swings wide.
Valerie just like sidesteps.
The other one jumps up forward and sweeps down at Azarine. Has a slightly lower dexterity check on the initiative roll, and it swings through the air and it swings wide as Azarine kind of dodges out of the way of it. And is now a thing happens. What happens is behind you where you were outside gets hit by a catapult. You hear as a huge piece of rock just smashes into that side of the wall, and you feel the ground kind of shake beneath your feet.
Okay, good thing you didn't leave Clause's trucks behind.
I would never. I would never.
Gareth, it is your turn. Wait, no, it's Brooke's turn.
Yes.
I want my
Jesus
whiteboard
Christ.
so fucking bad.
Why don't you use the
turn order.
roll 20 one?
Because that requires you, Chucklefucks, to get your shit together, which is never gonna happen.
No, it doesn't. You literally only need to click initiative, and then you can see the thing.
Where is the thing? Where is the initiative thing? Also, no, because you need to. It sends you when you guys roll initiative. It sends it to a tracker, so you have to like make sure you remember to highlight your character. We could try to use it. I mean, I don't know how difficult it is to use, but it requires
It's
effort
really
on.
easy. The last session I used it in was literally just like click and forget, like fire and forget.
Well, then that's.
Well, we can
good.
do it next time. Then,
Where
I guess.
is it?
Anyways, yeah.
I actually don't see the tool.
You know, I mean, like,
Oh, there it is.
you know how it goes by now.
Hello?
I told the dad.
Why do I see
Well, that's
Valerie?
Valerie. Ain't it?
I'm not
Yeah.
19. I'm 25.
Yeah, well, it's because you guys need to click on your icons when you roll initiative, and then it populates the turn order after that.
Yeah, I did.
And now it's already broken.
Okay.
So
I was the only one that did.
unless you want to re-roll initiative,
Nah.
yeah. So fuck you. So fuck
I
all you.
like my 22. Sorry,
I know.
Kat.
Bet you do. So now you have to
Go
put up
fuck
with me
yourself.
forgetting.
We can just make fun of Gray every time he forgets. It's fine.
Oh no, you can't. 13 wisdom
yeah,
save.
DC 13 wisdom save.
They
Save.
rolls a 1. Rolls a 1 on the wisdom saving throw.
It takes 8 damage.
All right, it takes
Like
8
Roderick.
damage. Which one? The wounded one already, or the one that's
Yes.
not wounded one?
Wounded, yeah.
Yes,
He
this one.
dies. He dies a horrible death as the death
He
toll
fucking
rolls for him.
withers away, literally.
Valerie
Withers.
doesn't look at Brookfield, but she like holds a hand up and like waves to her direction.
He just puts his hands up to his face like the scream and just slowly falls over as his eyes roll back up in his head. And he dies. It is the end of Brookfield's turn. Now it's Gareth's turn.
Yes.
Hello.
So was there more noise this way? Okay, so I see 2 X purples. What does that mean?
They are both short staircases that go down into bigger rooms or into hallways, respectively. This is what it's like to go beyond. And I don't think you can really see that far because all you'd see is the roof of the stairwell as it goes down.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's a very steep staircase that's up ahead.
I don't like choices, but enemies came from this way. So I'm gonna take care of it.
Sure.
Gareth's gonna move right here.
There's a suit of armor on the walls. Well, like inside is like decorated. It's like people would have lived in here at one point. Like this is where the Lord would live.
A big slappy.
You do big sloppy and you have advantage because you flanked him. But that's
Yeah.
right. But a 15 hits anyway.
10.
And he dies. And he dies a horrible, horrid death, being cleaved.
baby.
He is cleaved into. The legs are still standing for a second as the top half does a cartwheel through the air and splashes against the ground, and then the legs slowly just fall backwards and poof. It's actually very subtle because these things are like 3 3/4 of a foot tall.
And then Gareth's gonna continue his movement towards the top of this staircase
Okay,
and use it so he can peer down.
sure.
Let's see if there's more enemies coming.
Little did we know they poisoned their weapons.
I mean, I wasn't.
And nobody was
hit by
hit
it.
us at all.
Nobody
They
got
didn't
hit.
hit
Nobody was strucketh. It was a brutal.
Literally nothing happened.
It was absolutely brutal. Those poor guys.
Gareth kind of turns to Valerie because it looks clear, right? Unless if you're setting something up.
It is. Let's see. What was the initiative roll for? Okay, 1 second. Carry on. Valerie, it's your turn.
Garrett kind of turns to Valerie and is like, check out that stairwell as well over there, as he kind of points.
Aye.
Right back towards, like, the unknown.
Goes to check over there.
All right. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay.
60 feet.
60 feet. 5, 10, 20. Oh, wow. I can pretty much see the entire room. You look and you see a very elaborately built, like, dining hall with, like, a very deep wood, it's well rotted through table in the center of the room that runs the length. And up above, you actually see some windows that kind of, like, are built into the ceiling, but most of them are, like, broken and shattered. And there's actually there's a gigantic rock in the far side of this room, on the bottom, on the right-hand side, on your right-hand side, the south side.
A rock that was tossed at the castle?
Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, is the roof broken in?
A wall broken?
I mean, what do you think? I don't feel like this is not one of the many mysteries for me to lay about. It is what it is.
I guess a rock wouldn't really be in an upper floor, so I'm assuming that was tossed.
Environmental storytelling. What do you think happened? I feel like I don't think you need my input on this one.
I think the rock grew legs and walked away.
Actually, it's a turtle, just like the one back in the forest.
Exactly.
Ray, is that you?
Really? No, he wrote a dog. Get it straight. After Valerie's turn, things happen elsewhere. You hear as thunder rolls across. And by the way, rain is coming into this room. Like part of the ground is like kind of flooded a little bit because of the windows up above, and then also one of them just being like completely shattered out. So that there's faint streams of columns of light that illuminate this room very, very faintly. You still need your dark vision, but there's also water kind of pooling in the corners. You hear the skittering of rats.
Well, there's a dining room here, and it also appears that this room was subject to a catapult fire.
Is it clear? I mean, we don't really have time to. If it's clear, we need to keep moving.
I don't see anything now.
Oh. There's another exit. God damn it! That's not a one-off room. Fuck.
Azarine, it is your turn, but we're kind of out of initiative for a moment. We're kind of out of initiative. So people can kind of move around. Just don't go past Valerie or Gareth unless you're willing to like abide by your movement.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have two routes then.
Both seem to go down. One seems to go deeper into the cathedral the castle.
Which one is the one that goes deeper into the castle?
Well, Gareth's literally goes down. Like it's stair.
We need to find more conflict. I think is what we need to do.
I mean, if we go through the, is this like a castle or is it like what do we call it?
It's the keep, is what it would be referred to officially. The keep.
If we continue to go through the keep, and clear it out, it should make it easier for us to overtake the entire thing, isn't it?
I agree, but I mean, both of these seem to be valid options, Azarine. There's not really
I think we
trail
should
of corpses we should.
If we clear this floor, then we can go to the lower floor without any.
Well, both of these are lower floors, Valerie.
I think we should work from the inside out.
Stairs.
Yeah, both of these X's are stairs.
Purple is
two stairs.
Descending.
Shouldn't we head
or
back
ascending
to the
stairs.
ramparts?
The ramparts dead-ended.
Yeah.
Remember
don't forget the Lieutenant General wanted us to. The Lieutenant Commander wanted us to.
It was supposed to continue. It was supposed to continue to go this way all the way around. You see my icon, but it's broken.
Well, yeah, but can't we like go back?
Maybe, but we don't know that. So we need to either continue down this way, down south, or we need to go east. And I feel like us choosing one option makes us lose the other option.
I wouldn't want to split up again.
I also wouldn't want to split up. But
I kind of want to go this.
I think we should go this way and try to.
Yeah, I have a feeling about this way.
You
so I'm gonna join
that way. Sure.
I'm gonna join. Yeah.
How about I just look around this corner because we have a big open room.
All right, look around the corner.
All right.
But I'm
Let
gonna
me
be
know
over
if
here.
anything happens.
I'm not gonna be a super big
I'm gonna
stickler about
actually
initiative.
go-
You guys can move around
I'm
as
gonna
much
go
as...
over to where Gareth was.
Okay. Move around as much as we're out of initiative. I'm not going we're not living 6 seconds by 6 seconds right now.
So.
Okay.
So.
Oh.
That's more stairs.
Seems to keep going down.
I mean, we saw things there, and it was kobolds. So like, other people
Right,
can
the
take care of the
enemies came
kobolds.
from here, so shouldn't we continue to where the enemies are coming from to stop that?
I'm intrigued.
Do I see any other signs of conflict down here?
Roll a perception check. And it's at disadvantage
Got it,
because it's
boss.
dim light.
Got it, boss.
And Azarine took the light with her, so.
Fuck. Disadvantage perception.
Yeah.
6.
I mean, it's not like you don't see signs of wear and tear. It's the fact that there's too much signs of wear and tear. It's an old fort.
Damn it.
Can't really tell. Stymied by the 50-50 the 50-50 mix-up that the DM threw at you.
Suppose the majority of them, the other ones, want to go that way, Umber. So I guess we should just turn with the group.
All right, let's head back.
And we return.
Okay.
Gareth immediately taking lead once again because he's that bitch.
He's that bitch who's got the high AC.
No offense to anyone.
All right, you're in a large room
Maybe
and dining
to
hall.
Brookhill, but no one else.
No one else. There's a broken
Everything he
table.
does is offensive to her. So.
There's several chairs that have been smashed or rotted away. There's cupboards on the far side as well that might have held silverware at some point, but it looks like the silverware, if there had been any, has been stolen. Like maybe a long time ago, maybe like years ago, decades ago, who knows? You see tapestries of like once great heroes and villains that maybe adorned the wall at some point, but now they're very, very faded. It looks like old like religious iconography. We're still out of initiative, but you know, don't move anywhere you're not ready for the repercussions
can you
of.
send your light towards the doorway to make sure there's no more.
I have
kobold.
to touch the item. And she motions to like the pendant that's on her neck that is currently illuminated.
Oh, what if you touch the rock and
Gareth
drew it?
holds out his crossbow. Touch the bolt.
Okay, I touch the bolt and I cast Illuminate again.
Sure. Your seashell unilluminates, and then the object starts to
Gareth
knock
just
below.
points in the direction of this doorway and fires.
You streak across,
and then
and
you shoot Captain Ulfburst right in the forehead.
Ulfbert turns the corner and goes, "Thank God!" You shoot the crossbow down the way, and it illuminates the dining hall as it streaks over and goes through, and it falls down a. Actually, over there, you see that it's a short staircase going up, and it's a long hallway that actually eventually the bolt kind of hits some stairs that are going up, and slowly begins to fade to darkness like a glow stick running out of juice, battery for flashlight running out of juice, and eventually it's dimmed
Is there
until
a
it's dark
range
again.
or how long? Wait, oh, it lasts for an hour. Ooh, I want to pick that thing back up. Actually,
It's just illuminating like over there. It's just over there
well,
illuminating
it
some stuff.
seems to be clear. Let's get moving, shall we? After you. Gareth is moving.
All right. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I moved up there with him. Fuck.
Oh,
Roll a dexterity
fuck.
saving throw.
Hey, Gareth immediately, like, as this dexterity saving throw, like, comes, like, sorry, it's like he's, like, immediately throws his hand back and tells them to stop. Yikes.
And I wasn't gonna go as far.
You
I
actually
was gonna stick to your ass.
the castle continues to shake as like battle and happens, and you hear loud thunder and rolls of thunder. And what happens is up above you look, and the ceiling is a little bit cracked. And as you step through here and take a few steps on the stairwell, there's a loud like crunching sound, a snapping sound. Both of you meet it to beat it with a 10, and you both kind of like just kind of pull back at the last second as the stairs kind of like break underneath you and kind of fall apart, and some of the roof kind of like collapses down in a little bit. And like bigger, like good, like baseball size, softball size chunks of rock just kind of like fall and just bounce along the floor. And
So we're back this way. We're back here now.
yeah, it doesn't. No. Though it doesn't completely collapse in on itself. It's just this place is not at the way not the way it used to be, and part of the roof collapses.
They're fucked up
So
stairs.
they enter the room. You hear a loud crash, and they both just backstep out of the room.
Yeah, a good like 120 pounds worth of stone just like falls down and kind of like starts to slide past your feet and kind of like bangs off your shins, but not enough to cause any damage or reputable harm. The stairwell is still more than transgressible. It's just a difficult terrain. And it goes up. It's a stairwell that seems to be going up, but it's just not what it used to be. And as the battle continues to rage outside, it seems like this keep is kind of it's aging much faster.
Shall we go the other way, Val?
I suppose
you can see now. I should illuminate more, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
You see daylight.
Well,
it seems you have come out the outside the other side of the keep. The other side of the. You see daylight outside and more like wayward rocks that are falling through the air.
Okay. Well, shall we try to traverse this and risk it, or shall we try the other way that doesn't seem collapsing in on itself?
There's no way it could happen twice, right?
Oh, Valerie, do you step up there and just kind of like test the waters?
I'll test the waters.
Sure. How far up do you want to go?
Oh, I'll go like here.
Nothing happens.
I'm not dead.
Fair enough. Gareth kind of meets Valerie's stride.
All right, Gareth, make a dexterity. I'm kidding. No, nothing happens. No, it seems like the loosest rocks that were weakest have already fallen.
All right, Gareth kind of turns around to kind of like talk back. Be careful traversing through this hallway that seems to be a little loose.
What he means is we will almost turned into crepes.
You or I might have been able to hold it up.
So you both would have almost turned into crepes? That's awful. We'll be careful.
Anyways. Gareth, so I have half movement now?
Yeah, it's just half movement until you're at the end of this hallway and turn the corner.
Right here. That's as far as I can go.
Yeah.
Dex save?
Nope, nothing happens. You look forward and look to your left and there is like sunlight, like you're just outside again.
Okay, so we're out of it now. No more difficult terrain, or
not. Well, once you go one more block. You look forward.
Structural stuff. Don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. Hey, listen. You look into the wall. Looks like knobbly there. I won't fuck around. But you look forward and you can actually see like the rampart wall that presumably would go like left and right. The east side wall like that would head south, and continues to go north to presumably a similar structure that you fought the caster on. Like its mirror, its twin.
Let's. Y'all need to make your half movement to us now, before we can move again.
It's true. I'm just gonna dash. Well, they're just gonna dash their way through there.
Yeah, but if we're dashing.
No, true. If you're dashing.
Yeah.
Claws that scratches. Yeah. You guys are here.
I mean, he'd be unaffected anyways because he's flying.
He's just like, oh, fuck you.
There was no difficult
so this is where Gareth is.
Okay, Gareth, you are privy to.
Can I look at this?
Sure.
That's structural stuff. You can't
make it's not real. Make an investigation check, sure. If I didn't want you to know about something, I wouldn't have drawn it on the map.
20.
There appears to be kind of loose stone here. Like at one point there was a passageway covered up.
Kick it.
Actually, no, don't kick it up.
Don't.
You can see like little holes that like you can just kind of. All right. Well, how do you?
We almost got squashed in here.
With my hands.
Roll an athletics check.
Goodbye.
11.
You poke and prod, and you're able to kind of like just by age, like the mortar has kind of broken apart. And these are just like cobblestones that have been laid up. And you push a few down, and you just see like a narrow passageway on the other side. If you want to try and push again, you have to make another athletics check. But it seems to kind of go just that way.
I'm doing it.
Okay, make another athletics check. What? By the way, what are the other people doing? Brookehild and Azarine and Claws the Scratch.
No,
Claws the Scratch is helping me.
The danger zone. She's pushing.
I'm kind of curious about the secret passage.
Okay. Azarine, what about you? Are you going to help or are you going to go up with Gareth?
Yeah, I'm going to help Umber.
Sure, because technically Umber's taken 2 actions, so I want to give you guys a chance to be like, actually, I'm going to
continue.
say,
I got
Yeah.
this much vision.
You got this much vision. We'll
So
get there,
have
Gareth.
something more pressing before she gets to do another
Nah,
athletic.
fuck
roll.
you.
As she's knocking down the walls, we'll see what happens. Let's see here. I have to set up a few more things as well. 1 second. I'm using you to stall, Gareth. 1 second.
Fair enough.
Oh, why would I use that when I have made mistakes, apparently. Indeed, mistakes have been made. I guess this will have to do. All right, cool. All right, so Gareth, you immediately hear cacophonies of just like sword strikes, and there's very clear like battle happening over here. This is a little bit more like where that tower was that Azreen was talking of, and you see it looming in the distance. That now that the clearing is the fog is beginning to clear a bit. So what happens up ahead is you see several flame knights who are engaged, as well as a ballista that's kind of like firing back and forth. And there's probably a dude like right there that you can see.
Okay then. Well, I mean, I can see up to.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm one man. You got to be patient. I can't.
Yeah,
I'm placing the. Once again, I don't put the icons down because if you're watching the stream, you would see it ahead of time. So I have to wait to do that. And we're gonna put
Stream snipe our own D&D.
Yeah, it's stream sniper on D&D game. But yeah, there is a tremendous cacophony of battle that is happening.
Haha.
It appears we've walked in on something.
Oh boy.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, I know,
Alright.
because you wasted
So
another
basically,
action.
3 of our party members are playing Lara Croft right now, and we're actually.
Secret tunnel.
That means Gareth and Valerie get another action to
Yeah,
actually
you're correct.
into the fight.
If
before
that's what you're gonna
they,
choose to
go
do.
tunnel.
You guys are aware that your friends are back there fucking around with the secret tunnel. This is not a
My
secret.
fault that they're being childish. It's Gareth has a duty to do.
So it's up to Valerie and Gareth. You both get one free, free. I mean, you get the same amount of actions that you were supposed to get. It's just that we did the secret tunnel twice. So you get an action.
Well, Valerie.
After you. She draws.
Gareth immediately
You're
charges
not-
for this guy.
Okay.
You're not gonna inform us? You're not gonna be like, hey guys.
You guys can hear
Gareth
hear battle
yells.
around the
Gareth
corner.
makes a yell as he charges.
We're loud warriors around
Yeah, this
here.
is not a silent thing that's happening around the corner. This is very loud, like.
It's like loud tennis players. Like,
This isn't wood cutting
wood cutting in a thunderstorm. Yeah, I remember that. There is thunder though, and rain is starting to get a bit heavier, but it's not enough to drown out like a bunch of armored men and women fighting a bunch of dragonborn.
Okay, it's time to cut.
It's time to cut.
14 on Ombre.
Ombre gets hit.
Cool. Oh, I get a reroll 1 because of great weapon fighting.
I'll get back to you in 3.5 minutes after your shit is all done.
Got 2, so that's 12. And then I'm going to let's see. Beady boop bop. Shitty boop boop. Beady boop booty boop bop. Where'd you go?
There's only so many colors.
Where'd you go?
For
This
flavor.
is the noises Gareth makes when he's fighting.
Yeah, he's checking over his book of skills.
that's what you can hear in his head all
Yeah.
the time.
Meanwhile, Azreen and Brookild
Bing
and
bong.
Umber and Closet Scratch, you find a narrow tunnel that seems to be going that arcs down, that goes down, and it seems to be sealed up with stone and mortar. It's been sealed up forever, but it's
Okay, great. This is a
wall. Yeah, that's the wall of the keep, is what that is.
Oh, the wall to keep.
Yeah.
Okay.
The wall of the keep.
That's fine. I'll spin a dice. That's a 6. He has to beat. 2, 5.
Strength save.
Strength save against 13.
He loses.
The bitch is
He is
dead.
immediately.
He is killed.
Oh no, he's just on his back.
Oh damn! He knocked him down. He's prone. Okay. How much damage does he take after the end of your turn?
He takes 12, 18 damage.
Awesome. All right, noted. You see, over here, the knights seem to be doing like the knights who are paired off with 1v1ing seem to be doing kind of okay, but there's a few knights here that are wounded, like the one right
What's
here.
this dude doing? Not fighting? What the fuck?
He's on his ass. He's wounded.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You intercepted this guy who's running towards
these fighters.
Well, I guess we're dealing with the one attacking.
What's your passive perception modifier? What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 12.
Everyone's wearing helmets. You don't really recognize anybody. A few of them are wearing like tabards that definitely signify like higher rank than others, but you're not familiar enough with like the intricacies. They're all wearing helmets, so you can't recognize their faces or anything. Well armored individuals. At least right here. You know, who knows what's up ahead? Who knows what's around?
Who knows?
But you are. That's the end of your turn, right?
Yes, it's the end of my turn. It's now Valerie's turn.
Okay.
I draw both my short swords. I go up to the same guy and I attack him.
Double poke.
Double poke.
Auto hit. Auto. No. It's advantage.
Dragonborn are winning, by the way.
Spice.
No, nothing because you guys are not on opposite sides.
No, because he's prone.
Oh yeah, totally.
Not that it changes anything.
damage.
Because...
Not that it changes anything because both of his higher ones are on his first end.
Indeed. 8 damage.
Is 8 damage enough to kill this boy?
No. He's a beefy thick patty. He's definitely very wounded and bloody, but he is still in fighting spirits. He sees the two of you. He's like, he's kind of ready to go. Actually, where'd that go? Wait a second.
Yeah.
He looks at you. And he says, "One S Rothmiller Betranden." And you have no idea what that says.
Bless you.
Yeah, we are probably gonna stop soonish, but we're gonna keep going for a moment. It is the end of Valerie's turn. It is Azarin's turn.
Are we gonna continue with this? Or are we gonna help the stuff
Right now.
I was already dedicated to staying there for one more turn.
The ground is already forget about it. They can this is a new turn. They can do whatever. Nobody's dedicated to doing anything. We're kind of sort of out of initiative during that anyway, and I don't care enough. I am too tired to deal with that shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Sometimes we DMs break the rules for convenience. So.
Breaking the rules, how could you?
I know. Don't worry. I wouldn't do it if anybody's life was in danger, but this is not one of those situations that I want to. It doesn't add to the story to follow it right now. It doesn't increase the drama, and that is my true job as a.
But it adds to the.
Ooh, this guy needs help. Okay, so orange guy is gonna have a bad time right now because I'm gonna scream.
That's what that sounds like.
It's like that mouse.
A powerful predator. Which name a color? You have to pick a color because I don't know which
said
one.
Orange.
Orange. Okay.
Orange.
I have a lot going on. Listen, I have to re-ask questions sometimes.
Orangi.
All right, 4.
Orange.
And a wisdom.
Orange.
He fails.
Okay.
Wait,
He takes
don't kill her.
4 damage, and he gets disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Ooh, nice.
Because I'm mean.
Sounds good. You're assisting. That guy looks like he was getting the works because he's fighting 2 at once.
Well, yeah. So I've decided
He
to help
must
the
be
guy
one of
who
the
got.
higher ranking boys.
It is.
That tabard must be pretty gloss.
It is pretty. It's actually it's like a violet. It's like a purple as opposed to the red.
He is the bigger boy. He's confident.
Ooh, but he's losing. He turns around and sees this happen, and then he takes good firm strike on the back when he does, and he almost crumples. And he turns around and swings his sword up and tries to fight off the blows, but he takes some hits. It is Umber's turn.
No.
It's Umber's turn. I feel like the distance penalty is more penalty than enough for the sake of continuing.
10, 15,
Can you curve your arrows? It's like throwing a curveball, right? Surely.
25.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Yeah.
They're too short.
That's fine.
Field's too short.
You can shoot over my
above.
shoulder. It's perfectly fine.
Just don't roll a critical failure.
Purple dragon.
Don't roll a crit fail.
22. Purple dragon.
That's a
I
hit.
don't think Umber
Has
can
the purple
miss.
dragon been hit?
Ooh.
Their critical fail is an 8.
He is struck hard inside.
Has purple been hit? Has he been
No,
hit?
no.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
no.
No, Purple
They've
just got
been
hit.
winning. They've been winning. That one hasn't been hit. I was wondering if like did the flame knights get a hit on him, and the answer is no.
Okay, so 10. I'm happy with that.
That's a pretty good. It's a pretty good number. So, sounds good to me. All right, and that is the end of your turn. So it is now. There's another person that goes between you and Brookild. You hear a roll of thunder up above you, and it actually this time you feel like you can hear something in the thunder.
Oh,
like words.
It's a dragon.
Does anybody know Celestial?
I do know Celestial.
Really?
Yes.
I am shocked that people know Celestial in this party.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Why y'all know Celestial and shit?
Okay.
Hey, I know Dwarven, Imperial, and Common. Like
I know Orkeevan, Imperial, and Common.
I know
You know the
Common
good words.
and Primordial.
Well,
I can
Primordial,
speak.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
she is a fish.
Valerie
I'm a
would
fish.
hear from up above, rolling through the thunder. Come now, my brothers and sisters, fight and rise and let your blood boil.
Copperbell Senior?
What
No,
is?
it's fucking.
Wait, this is
Beyond.
coming from the sky?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, what everyone else hears is like all is like like is what you guys hear. Like you don't,
So
but it's just like rolling through the thunder. Like there's just this overlaid voice.
there's a man in the sky, and he's telling his kind to stand up and fight.
Of course he is. Of course.
I have no idea when.
Can we? Well, so like we don't speak Celestial, but can we recognize like?
Can I
voice?
like use a perception check or something to see like if I can figure out where this thing is in the sky?
That would be it.
I think that'd be on something you have to wait on your turn for.
Yeah, and that would waste your action too.
I think I'd much rather kill this guy.
Yeah.
It is
Provided you
Brukild's
don't
turn.
have it. If you do, then I'll just.
It is the boog. It is the boog. We're gonna do one
Yes.
more round of combat, and then we're going to pause for the evening.
Boo!
Which
We can't end
one?
mid combat, dude.
We have to.
Well, okay. Which
It's-
one of these people is the most fucked up?
Purple now. He has an arrow sticking out of the side of his torso.
Also, Red's kind of fucked too, unless Red's dead.
Red is also kind of fucked. No, he's still going.
Yeah, but y'all got this. Plus, I'm not really like I can't really cast there
Yeah, that one's a bit tough.
unless I move. I can move. I'm allowed to move. Go. I'm gonna move.
Move, attack, move.
Okay.
You're out in the sunshine, quote unquote. You're out in the open air. It's not once again cloudy, horrible day. It's like now thunder and lightning is kind of like a lot more prevalent.
Do I toll the dead or do I ask a splash? Because they've been pretty bad with the wisdom checks, but I know it's just bad rolls. It's not like reliable. So I'll Eldritch
I think they
Blast.
succeed on one roll so far.
No.
Oof, okay. Sorry, that doesn't hit. It streaks off their armor. You streak across the air and it pings off their bronze armor, and the one looks at you. And actually, a few people kind of like take notice of that. Like they see like, okay, more fighters are here. And you would also see that there's just behind. Now that you're a bit in closer, and distance is 60 feet for you guys. Yeah, you see like this tremendous siege tower. And it is open, and you see more Dragonborn inside. You see more fighters inside. And at the forefront, fighting off against that other knight that Azrin attacked earlier, is actually Dragonborn who is wearing like gold armor, like a lot more shiny and bronzy than the others. And Gareth would recognize that figure,
As the invisible bitch.
the one from the night before, yeah. That is the end of Brukild's
Is
turn.
it Gareth's turn?
It is Gareth's turn.
There's nothing else I can do.
It is the
Is it
Bear's turn.
Gareth's turn?
It is your turn, yep. Brukild, right behind you is actually like a walkway that is the east side of the bridge. I guess I'll unmark it. It's covered in debris and chaos, but I guess if you wanted to transcend
Sorry,
it, you
what
could.
is it?
It's the
The
continuation of
walkway.
the walkway.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
All right,
okay.
so Gareth, talking as a free action, is going to point towards this flame knight
Mhm.
and yell, Azreen, give this man some assistance. And he is going to leave Red for Valerie.
Are you sure?
And just okay.
And make a
Yeah.
bad decision.
Okay.
He no attack of opportunity because he's prone.
I don't. Is that a thing that you read with your eyeballs? Because I don't think that's a thing.
I'm pretty sure you can't attack with a melee weapon.
No, that feels
prone.
legit.
Let me look at prone
I'm looking
condition.
at it.
He can flip you off as you run past him.
Damn, the mental damage.
He has disadvantage on attack rolls, but he is more than able to make an attack of opportunity.
All right, you want to use that reaction then, bitch? Do it.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna
Disadvantage.
do it. It's a disadvantage.
Wipe at your ankle.
Right now he hasn't hit you. So, no, he doesn't hit.
Yeah, he doesn't hit me.
I guess he wouldn't
cool.
have hit no matter what because the 13.
Yeah, he wouldn't hit because it was 13.
But yeah, no, just because he's prone, but I mean, like, that does not stop anybody from just, like, lunging up with the sword and stabbing you in the fucking groin or what have you. So
fair enough.
But he missed.
It's time.
Is it time?
It's time. If this is the last turn of combat, it's time.
This is and there's more up ahead, you think. You hear booming sounds, and we're about to get to... Yeah, of course.
It's time.
Oh my god.
And you didn't want to end. You didn't want to end now. This is the best way it could have. Okay, roll damage. I'm assuming you're attacking the gold.
So gold bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Is this gold bitch?
Yes, he sees you coming, the orange one. You're fighting alongside this captain.
He is immediately knocked prone.
He's immediately knocked prone.
I get a reroll.
Okay.
A d6 because that's a 1, so that's a 5. So that is actually, let's see.
That's 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1.
10.
So it's
10
14.
plus 4 plus 8, so that's 22, right there. That's 22, not 18. And then I'm gonna spend one of my class resources.
Okay.
Roll a d8.
Roll d8. Okay.
Fuck, wait.
Oh, these things happen.
I get to use great weapon fighting again.
You do not get to use great weapon fighting on superiority
It's
die.
not for an attack.
No, that's just added
so that's
damage.
The 1. But now.
Sorry. Same.
No, not now. No, it's just raw damage because it's sweeping attack, and he's already knocked prone anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So that is that was, how much did I say before? Because that was 5 plus 5.
21, I believe it was.
Hold up. 10, 14. No, 22 plus
22.
1, 23.
23.
23 to green and orange.
Okay. I wait.
Question: If I'm doing the spin attack and I hit that critical hit, are they both knocked prone?
No, it's just the one target. I have a good job. I have a very good track record of making homebrew D&D items, and then my players literally immediately finding a loophole or some non-distinct.
Please let me not make them both pro.
No, that would be OP for what it does.
Rename fighter to the bitch
Sorry,
is dead.
the bitch is dead. Yeah, it's already a +1 greatsword, so it's like, I'm sorry. It's just because what it is it's the target is just the one target. It should say a creature is what it should say.
Oh right. Also, I have savage attack, so that means I get to roll another d6.
All right,
free.
That is true.
So add that. So that is 20. So 25 to both.
25 to both. Is that everything? I'm not gonna add the damage until we're done because I'm just gonna.
Is it everything? I don't know.
That doesn't sound like it is. Azreen pulls out her tea set, Umber, and
no, you know what? I'm gonna make a show after knocking that dude pro. I'm just gonna raise my left hand in a clenched fist, and I'm just gonna firebolt the siege tower.
Oh shit. The rest of you guys look as Gareth raises up his hand and a blast of fire erupts from the palm. Roll damage. Roll damage.
I have a problem. Hello?
Like,
I want to catch that entire thing on fire.
That is illegal, and
let's see how much damage you do. You didn't miss it, but let's see how powerful the fire was.
5 damage.
That's pretty good. Yeah, some of the twine starts to ignite, and some of the planks begin to burn, and it's like, oh, that's not good. But once again, it's not fireball. But
true.
It's pretty. It's a nasty blast. It's a nasty blasty. We'll see kind of like what happens going forward. You see some other scald marks from where like other flame knights were trying to like cause some fire damage as well. I'll put like a line on it to indicate that it's taken some fire. But you see like some scorch marks and stuff like that. It seems like there's already been a battle happening here for like a good few minutes, and it seems like you're not the first person who's like ignite the thing and throw a sconce. But that certainly helps. Okay.
Oh no, I still hate magic. You get to talk to me about this later, but I hate magic.
So what was it? Plus 27? 29?
27. Yeah, I think
27 damage. No, wait. It was 20.
It was 25 was the total of the damage that he did.
I apologize, but
it was 29.
Green boy and orange boy.
Orange man has now received 29 points of damage cumulatively from the entire party. He has received 29 points of damage because he got hit by 5 points earlier from Azarine. Okay, mark down your action surge, and that is the end of your turn.
Yep.
This is the other person's turns now. This is actually now NPC initiative time. A fight breaks out amongst the people, continues. And the fucking Flame Knights are losing bad. The one gets just absolutely
Which
decimated.
one is lost?
This purple man over here. He's knocked down, and he is proned, and he is like he's on death's doorstep is what's happened. He's like he's knocked down out of the fight, and his sword kind of like clatters against the ground. He's scrambling for it, and that's where we're gonna leave him for right now. They've lost 2 in a row, and 2 in a row is you're gonna start taking some casualties after that.
Hey,
it's Valerie's
real
turn.
quick, can you mark him? Oh no, he's gonna get up. Never mind.
I'm going to
He'll
kill
probably
the
get
bitch,
up on his turn,
hopefully.
but I'll snail him just so that we remember. But yeah, he'll probably end up getting up on his turn.
Red boy is about to catch 2 short swords.
He's about to catch these hands. All right, roll some damage. 1 hits.
Both of them hit.
All right. And you have advantage because you're on the roll. So yeah, excellent, beautiful. 8 points of piercing damage. Hot, sexy, beautiful. Just what I wanted to hear.
Dead?
No.
Wow,
He's
he's beefy.
Yeah, these Dragonborn. I mean, this Dragonborn is the same level of beefiness as the ones you were fighting earlier. This is just, when you guys are spread out, suddenly like 1v1, these Dragonborn are like, they are big, they are strong, and they seem to be like a very unequal playing field with you guys. But so far, you've been outnumbering them. But now they outnumber you. Well, maybe just even. Not quite sure. It is actually his turn. And he's going to return the favor.
He has to get up first.
He does get up. He uses half his movement to get up, and then he attacks. 15, does that hit? I believe it does.
Wait, is that swinging at me?
Yes, that is swinging at you.
Okay. I'm going to cutting words that again.
All right. How many more bardic inspirations do you have?
3.
All right. Let's see that dice. Let's see if you reduce it. Let's see.
Enough, baby.
I do reduce it.
You do reduce it. It is reduced to 12.
It's reduced by enough.
Excellent. It swings wide and ping, smashes into the wall next to you as you duck underneath it and cutting words.
I sneeze while I dodge.
You sneeze. And he's like, no.
I kind of just fake sneeze.
Azarine, it is your turn.
Okay. Running up here.
It seems like Gareth has gotten himself into a bit of a pickle, and he's also
I
fighting
mean,
alongside
I
his
knocked the
captain.
main bitch on the
How
floor.
does this guy look in comparison to this guy?
This guy looks worse than this guy does. This guy was like wounded by he has like an arrow sticking out of his upper thigh, and he just like fell down because of that. He's not dying, he's not making death saving throws, but he was incapacitated, and he was probably going to get attacked by the red guy before you guys showed up. This guy is definitely more close to death's door, and this guy also looks like his armor is battered. He's still fighting very, very well. He seems to be a veteran fighter, and he's squaring off against this guy who appears to, like, Garrett just did a shit ton of damage to him, and he's, like, definitely wounded, but not as wounded as he, like...
Green, his buddy right next to him.
His buddy's like, he's like, has a huge gash, but this guy, even though he's taken more damage, does not look as shooked. So this looks like to be their head honcho, their big master blaster.
Which is why Gareth immediately charged the man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dash over here then.
Okay.
Lay a hand on this man
Sure.
/ woman, because I don't.
Call him thick, and it replenishes all his health.
Do.
Please don't
Give
cry.
him
You're getting so
18
fat.
healing,
He is healed. Okay, that's really good.
And then I have my 2 chakrams, and I'm ready to go.
He loses his prone status as you kind of like just touch him real quick, drag your hands across him, and it fills him with a revitalizing light. And he kind of like, and he kind of like looks up at you, and he quickly snatches up his sword and chomping parries the blade that was about to swing down on him from the purple one. And he looks at you, kind of like nods his head very quickly, but the battle continues. And then this figure to the right actually will look down, it's like kind of looks to the left and sees Gareth, and then looks to the right and sees Azarine, and you just hear very like muffled, just Azarine.
Wait, who is
What?
that?
And he
Wait,
will
time
lift
out!
off, and he
Time
lifts
out!
up his helmet,
Oh my god!
and you see long white hair that kind of falls around his his gorget, his collar.
Oh, okay. So Garrett
sorry,
coming
what?
in to save his ass ain't nothing. But ooh, fish.
Hey, long time no see.
Listen,
He
I went on a
looked
date with
left and
this
he
man.
looked right, and he was very confused. And he is he seems very surprised and very confused. And
Why is he confused? He's the one that told us that we should sign up for this.
he did not say
No,
that.
he didn't. He told
No.
me about it and was like, I gotta go do this. We have this thing going on. He didn't tell me to take the job.
No, he mentioned like
You didn't tell him you were taking the job?
Umber says from far back.
It was one date.
Yeah, talking is a free action, and when he says it's just like what? And then a sword immediately is almost thrown at him, and he
From the
deflects the
distance,
blow.
Brooklyn's just like, yeah, you're welcome.
He kind of looks at Gareth, kind of just sort of like half a mind. Just he's very confused because he kind of like looks at you because like Gareth up until now is like, oh yeah, I used to be an inquisitor, and it's like, what? What are you doing here? And so he does regale Gareth with a very kind of like garish look of just sort of like surprise, confusion, and then kind of like he goes through all the stages of grief in like rapid succession, ending with acceptance before he kind of closes his eyes and kind of just swallows once and just goes, okay, and he
Garrett just looks down and he's like, "You look like you could use assistance."
It's been known to happen. And we're going to do another roll from Umber and Brookhild real quick, and next time we pick up, I would actually like to re-roll initiative so I can try out this new churn order tracker.
Okay.
So let's enjoy
My perfect initiative.
your perfect initiative. You've had it too good for too long. I
Nat
should have made
20
you
on
re-roll
purple.
earlier.
Ooh, sexy.
Nat 20 on purple. You guys are full of critical hits tonight. Oh my god. Awesome.
You do get the Colossus Slayer on that one.
Wait.
And Colossus Slayer. Mm-hmm. We're almost to the end.
I forgot if it was an 8 or 6.
It's an
math.
8.
16.
16 total. Beautiful. Beautiful. That guy's looking bloodied. He went from like, I'm about to finish off this other soldier to the soldier's been healed. Okay, well that's fine. And then he takes an arrow right inside his shoulder, and he spins around and kind of barks something
And
back
I'm
at
gonna
you in
move.
Draconic. Okay.
Kill the bit.
Is Closet Scratch going to hang out here, or is he going to go elsewhere? Closet Scratch might be your best melee weapon. I'm not certain. I think he might be your best melee weapon by like a short.
He has the worst AC though.
He's got terrible AC, but yeah, he's got sharp claws.
Well,
is
yeah,
what
he
has.
doesn't have a shirt on, but do you see those muscles?
Dirty,
Look at
dirty
him.
teeth.
Azreen, what are you saying during this time?
That's a joke. I am not actually saying that.
Sure you're not. As the thunder
If you're
illuminates
not,
this.
then like if you shoot, Garrett's gonna yell.
It is Brookhild's turn.
Hey.
Hey.
So.
Hey.
Don't forget talking to
Anyways.
free action, Kat, about what happened earlier.
So, anyways, I started blasting. I'm gonna blast. Somebody pick. Should I blast orange or purple? Should I finish it? No. This is the knight's gonna
No,
finish.
Toll the Dead on purple. Finish him off.
No, the knight's gonna do it.
Well, then the knight can go help the other knight. No, it's
Finish
fine.
off the purple so two people go towards orange, who seems to be the like quote unquote leader.
So, yeah, okay, yeah. Do that wisdom save.
Let's roll that bad boy. I think the final one for the night, the final wisdom saving throw. I feel like I gotta just roll that in front of everybody.
If it doesn't,
Yes.
That's 9 damage. Sexy.
Yeah, they don't have any modifier to their wisdom. They're not they're not particularly unperceptive. It's just they're not particularly
9
perceptive.
necrotic.
9 necrotic damage. He takes 9
The
more
bitch
necrotic
is
damage.
dead.
The bitch is not dead, but the bitch is gasping for breath. That's
And,
26 plus 7.
As she does that,
33.
Brookhild's also going to yell, directed to Gareth. I fucking knew something was up with you.
Looks and just points at him with ire.
Garrett just turns around slightly confused before having to block a fucking sword blow.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even have this. Like he's like, wait, what do you mean something was up? Like
So when I do it, I'm a danger to civilization, but when you do, it's fine. She's super pissed about it.
Crispin just like is just rolling his eyes. He's like, oh, you all came here to argue.
Look,
Kill each other later. We have to kill the dragonborn.
And
I
with
know
that,
I know that everyone is pissed at Gareth for like being a hypocrite about magic, but he put Brunhild in jail. Like he arrested her for it. Like
he did do that.
Yeah.
He definitely did that.
Died.
Yep.
He would have arrested all of us if we hadn't, like, you know, been arrested
okay,
for
but that didn't
exploding a
happen.
mountain.
Magitech is different from magic.
Sure it is, and this is definitely Magitech that you're using. Totally not enchanted.
Not just an enchanted.
Yeah, but you hear thunder rolling across the sky again, and the lightning begins to kind of like illuminate the field around you, and the fog kind of rolling like mist on like walls of white, and you once again hear just like this tremendous voice booming through the air, and it is only Valerie who kind of really understands anything, but it seems to be, "Rise, continue your struggle. We will see the dawn." And then like what appears to be the sound of drum beats, like boom boom.
Are the trumpets also coming from the sky?
You don't hear any trumpets coming from the sky. No rapture just yet. And we are going to pause now for the evening, and we will pick up next time, and we'll do a fresh initiative, and we're gonna just resume where we are, and I think that'll be the second half of the attack on Fort Mercer. Everyone say goodbye to the stream, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.